We present great stories from around the globe by some of the world's favourite writers in Springbok Library of the Air.
One evening in November 1793, the principal inhabitants of Carentan were collected in the salon of Madame Duprey, who held an assembly every evening. The public prosecutor was there, several judges, and, of course, the mayor. Madame Duprey had not yet appeared, and the assembly was becoming restless when her maid, Clémentine, arrived to say that Madame was not at liberty to receive her guests that evening, as she was indisposed. A sudden silence fell on the gathering, during which the public prosecutor was heard to remark,
"Indisposed to receive us she may be, but she is not ill. If she were, she would have sent for medical advice. The doctor has been at my house all day playing chess. He was joking with me and saying that there was only one disease nowadays, a kiss from Madame Guillotine. And that was incurable."
Clémentine left the company and went upstairs to her mistress with the news of what she had heard.
"That is what the prosecutor said, madame, and he pulled a long face and frowned in that way he has."
The prosecutor has a suspicious mind. Oh, well, I suppose it goes with his profession.
Oh, madame, if only he knew.
No? What can he know? He can have his suspicions, but there is no way for him to be certain.
No, madame, but you said he knew your family and position before you came to Carentan.
Of course he did. It is his business to know these things. A girl like you, my Clémentine, who has lived in a small town all her life, you show no surprise when a lady in a velvet gown and a grand carriage comes from out of nowhere and invites you to be her maid.
I'm an uneducated girl, madame. It is not for me to ask questions.
You are a good, kind girl, Clémentine. The best maid I ever had, and you are my friend. I trust you. Heaven knows it is a rare relief to find someone you can trust in these terrible days.
Oh, I will never betray you, madame, never.
I know that, my child.
Still, if the prosecutor knows that you really are the Comtesse Duprey...
The prosecutor is not the only one who knows I am a comtesse. All of Carentan knows that secret. Why do you think they're so eager to come to my assemblies every evening?
Because they are greedy people, those great ones. They eat your food and enjoy your hospitality. It is something in their lives now great lady lives in the chateau. But you, madame, I don't know why you are so hospitable to them.
It is the price I have to pay, Clémentine.
I don't understand.
If I shut myself away here, they would still know my secret, but they would talk about it. Now, if I entertain them and let them have the pleasure of being the guests of a comtesse, they become my fellow conspirators. Oh, these people are snobs, my Clémentine, and I dare say they call themselves patriots. But they want me to stay, so my secret will remain safe in Carentan.
People are very strange. If they informed the Revolutionary Committee in Paris that you were here...
I would be arrested. That is what the prosecutor meant when he mentioned the kiss of Madame Guillotine. He was warning me.
In that case, madame, do you think it wise...
No, I do not think it wise to cancel my assemblies. But I cannot have these people in the house if my son is coming.
Do you really think he's escaped, madame? That he will come here to the chateau?
Oh, it is the dearest hope of my heart, Clémentine.
He is your only son, is he not?
He is my only child. Not only that, he is my last living relative. Everyone else is gone. Armand is the only creature on whom I can fasten the hopes, fears, and joys of my life.
You love him very much. It is natural.
I feel very close to him, because he was such a delicate child. The doctor said he would never grow to manhood, but he did. I willed it so. And I nurtured him tenderly like a young plant until I saw him grow to be the strongest and handsomest youth at the court of Versailles.
Oh, what a joy for you, madame. And then so fine a gentleman to be imprisoned.
Oh, but now he has escaped, I'm sure of it.
Oh, you do not know for certain. Suppose the message was a trick.
I will not suppose anything so horrible. Armand sent me word. He plans to escape and will come here disguised within the next 3 days. Today is the first day. Very well, nothing shall stand in the way. Today and for the next 2 days there will be no assemblies in my house. We will prepare to receive an honored guest, Clémentine.
So Madame Duprey cancelled her reception for the first time since she had come to Carentan. On the second day, the same thing happened again, and still her longed-for guest had not arrived. The whole town was buzzing with speculation, especially as Madame had stated there would be no reception for the third evening in succession. That morning, Madame received a call from Maurice Blanchard, a frequent guest at her house, and a magistrate of Carentan.
I can guess why you've come to see me, Maurice. Have you been elected official town spokesman?
I am not here in any official capacity. You must believe that, Marie. I come to you as a friend.
You don't deny that you are curious about my cancelled assemblies?
I am as curious as any man. The whole town is ablaze with curiosity. But that is not what brings me here.
Then what?
I am concerned for your safety, Marie.
A pretty thought, Monsieur Blanchard. Why should I be in danger?
You are a widow, Marie, comparatively young and still beautiful. You are also a known aristocrat who could be denounced to a revolutionary committee. Some of us are in love with you. How could it be otherwise? We do not want you to leave us, perhaps to lose your life. But you must behave in a reasonable manner.
Are they saying I am unreasonable?
You know very well what they're saying. Clementine will have told you.
I would like to hear it from you, Maurice.
No one believes in your illness. Clementine has been seen in the market making larger purchases than usual. Everyone believes you are preparing to entertain an important visitor.
Clementine has been talking.
Clementine has said nothing. You are too transparently honest for this world, Marie.
Who do they say my visitor will be?
Oh, some say it is your lover. Others think it is some royal aristocrat. The public prosecutor and I think it is your son. But we're all united in one thing, Marie. A genuine desire to save you from the abyss.
Even the public prosecutor?
Even he. Although he cannot openly advise you himself, he begged me to give you counsel. Do you trust me to take a share in your crime?
Yes, I trust you, Maurice, but there is no crime for you to share. My son sent me word that he would escape from prison and come here disguised. He named 3 days on which I could expect him. Today is the last day.
I see. As I said, you have not been altogether prudent. Why did you have provisions brought in, enough to withstand a siege?
He may arrive dying of hunger, worn out with fatigue.
My poor Marie, you make a dreadful conspirator. If only you'd gone on as normal, no one would have suspected. Well, one thing is certain. You must hold your reception tonight.
Tonight? Oh, but that is impossible. Armand will come tonight. He must come. It is the last day. You have not understood.
It is you who do not understand, Marie. If you don't hold an assembly tonight, the public prosecutor will be forced to act. He can no longer ignore the murmurings of suspicion.
What will he do?
Set an armed guard round the chateau, then your son would never get through.
But if I hold an assembly, the public prosecutor will be here in the house when my son...
He will be here, officially or unofficially.
Then I really have no choice at all.
You know what he said to me?
But it was after that.
Maurice has been delayed, madame. Some business of mine keeps him late at the office. But he will be sure to look in later.
I am sure the office of the public prosecutor must always be busy these days. I hope Maurice will not be long, however, for I enjoy his company. He was a great comfort to me in my recent illness.
Your illness, madame?
Yes. I was afflicted with a fearsome malady.
May I inquire the nature of your illness?
It is rather indelicate, but I suppose you may. The doctor diagnosed an attack of gout on the stomach.
And what remedy did he prescribe?
An extract of fish oil taken from herrings.
Red herrings, perhaps?
Is there any other variety, monsieur?
Fortunately, your charm equals your inventive wit. One could never be dull in your company, madame.
Yes, I fear the company does grow dull this evening. We must do something to lift this air of gloom.
And what do you suggest?
I think a game of lotto would liven things up. Games of chance usually do. Don't you agree, monsieur?
An excellent idea.
Well, since it meets with your approval, I will find Clementine at once. She is the only person who knows where the lotto cards can be found.
Madame?
Oh, has he not come yet?
Not yet, madame.
Oh, I feel almost suffocated. Oh, something must happen soon.
He will come, madame. I know he will.
Yes. Oh, yes, and in a few minutes he will be here. For he is alive. I'm certain he is alive. My heart tells me so. Oh, do you not hear something, Clementine? A stealthy movement outside?
There is nothing, madame.
Oh, I would give the rest of my life to know if he is in prison or walking free across the countryside. I would give anything not to think...
You must not upset yourself, madame. There is a feverish look about you. Your guests will notice.
Oh, my guests. Oh, yes, I had forgotten why I came. You must find the lotto cards to keep them occupied, Clementine.
Oh, don't worry, madame. He will come. I'm certain Monsieur Armand is alive and on the way. I put a key in the Bible and rested it on my index finger. And, madame, the key did not turn.
Is that a sure sign?
Madame, it is well known. I would stake my soul that he's still alive. God would never deceive us like that.
Oh, it is 8 o'clock already. Find the lotto cards, Clementine. I must go back to my guest.
Excuse my breaking in on you like this, Monsieur Blanchard, but it is a matter of some urgency. This young man...
I will gladly excuse you, officer, if you can prove to me very quickly that you're not wasting my time. I have an important engagement.
At the chateau, monsieur. That is why I thought it best to refer the matter to you.
What matter, gendarme? Get to the point. Is this a prisoner you've brought with you?
Not in a manner of speaking, sir. At least, not yet. That depends on you, of course.
I am unable to follow your circuitous reasoning, gendarme. Who is this young man, and where did you find him?
No doubt he can answer who he is to your satisfaction, sir. As to where I found him, he was wandering the streets as if looking for a certain address. When I challenged him, he said he was a soldier looking for a billet. A likely story, eh, Monsieur Blanchard? There are no soldiers around here.
We must not jump to hasty conclusions, however. What is your name, young man?
Julien Jusseau.
And where do you come from?
From Paris.
Ah. You say you are looking for a billet?
Yes, monsieur.
Why are you not in uniform? And where is the rest of your battalion?
Precisely the questions I had in mind, monsieur.
Quiet, gendarme. Let the boy answer. If he can.
You should know, monsieur, as a loyal servant of the Republic, that our army is ill-equipped in the matter of uniforms, and I am only a recent recruit.
Well answered. I have seen many young men marching with their battalions still wearing civilian clothes, but I have never seen the newest recruit minus both his uniform and his battalion.
Your comrades must be some distance away, citizen soldier.
I believe I am 3 leagues in front of the battalion. Let me explain.
You have said enough. No doubt some sentiment draws you to Carentan. I believe we understand the situation very well.
He's a fine, bold fellow, and no mistake.
That will do, officer. Young man, I think you've got an answer ready for anything. And that is just what I should have expected. No, don't say any more. You've said quite enough. I think we understand one another. Gendarme, you may conduct him to the chateau. He will be billeted there.
That's a good one, monsieur.
Go along with the gendarme, young man. You haven't got much further to go.
At this moment, the clocks of Carentan struck 9:30. In the antechamber of the chateau, the lanterns were lighted, the servants helped their masters and mistresses to put on their clogs and mantles, the card players settled their accounts, and they were all leaving together according to the established custom in small towns. All except one, for the public prosecutor remained behind for a final word with Madame.
It has been a pleasant evening. One of many pleasant evenings spent in this house. I wish I could believe that there would be more in the future.
Why not, monsieur? I can think of no reason why my reception should be discontinued.
Then you are not being entirely frank with me.
I don't understand you, monsieur.
I think you understand me very well. The time has come to stop fencing and drop your guard, madame. The game is over, and we must be serious and speak plainly.
Very well, monsieur. I am listening.
Madame, I am a loyal servant of the Republic and must carry out its laws. That is my duty.
Do you intend to arrest me? But why have you not done so before?
It is not my purpose to arrest you.
Then where does your duty lie?
Madame, I believe that you are keeping an important secret from me.
Monsieur Blanchard has not told you everything.
He regards what you told him as confidential.
Thank heaven there is a little honor still left in the world.
Have you nothing to say to me?
Nothing, monsieur.
You realize that at this moment one word could send both of us to the scaffold. I have studied your character and behavior too closely to share in the mystification by which you have succeeded in misleading your guests this evening. You are expecting a visit from your son, Armand. I have not the least doubt of it.
No, I assure you my son is not here.
Well, there may be some truth in that, at least. But you expect him at any moment?
Please, no. You must not believe. I am expecting a guest, but it is not my son. Armand is in prison.
Oh, doubtless he does not intend to remain there any longer than necessary. It is useless for you to deny it, madame. I tell you, I am quite certain that your son has sent word for you to expect him.
Let us suppose it is not true, but let us suppose Armand did come. What would you do to him?
Now you are being more reasonable. Suppose your son did by some strange chance arrive at the chateau. I would advise you to receive him.
You would?
Naturally. But do not let him remain under your roof after 7 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow I intend to come here at daybreak. I shall bring with me a denunciation which I shall have drawn up.
Oh, you have no more pity than a tiger.
The outcome of my visit depends solely on you, madame. If your son is here, obviously it will be my duty to arrest him.
He will not be here.
Good. Then an unpleasant and unnecessary task will be avoided.
Why must you come here with a denunciation? Why can you not leave us undisturbed and in peace?
Because you, madame, by your own foolishness, have made such a course impossible.
You mean because I have cancelled my assemblies?
I mean because in your artless fashion you have demonstrated to the world, in this case the little world of Carentan, that you expected to receive a clandestine visitor. There has been much talk in the town, a great deal of speculation as to the identity of your visitor.
I know. Maurice told me.
I am known to be a loyal servant of the Republic. I cannot sit back and turn a deaf ear to such open gossip. Justice must not only be done, it must be clearly seen to be done. As I said, tomorrow at daybreak I shall come to the chateau armed with a denunciation. I shall demonstrate the falsity of this denunciation by making a thorough and careful search.
And you will make a report to the authorities that nothing has been found?
Exactly. You will then be screened by the nature of my report from all future suspicions. I shall speak of your patriotic gifts, your civic pride, and we shall be saved.
This is not a trap. You will really help me to save my son?
Yes, I will help you. But we must make sure it is not at the cost of our own lives.
I owe you everything. Oh, let me kiss your hand, and I called you a tiger. Oh, forgive me.
Oh, madame, you must not kneel to me. I do not want your gratitude. I hope that in time you will come to think of me.
Madame, he has come, he is here.
Clementine, how dare you burst in like this? Can't you see that I am not alone? You must behave with more circumspection.
Madame, I did not see the public prosecutor.
Did you say a visitor had arrived at this late hour? Who is it, Clementine?
It is a soldier who has been billeted on us, monsieur. Here is the billeting order signed by Monsieur Blanchard.
Monsieur Blanchard sent him here?
Yes, madame.
That seems to be an order. Yes, I had heard a battalion was coming to the town, although I had not expected it would be here so soon. Well, madame, I must take my leave. I will go out through the garden. And remember everything as I have told you.
Where is he, Clementine? Where is my son? Bring him to me at once.
He is quite near, madame. I left him outside the door. Fortunately, I made him wait while I came in to warn you.
Oh, come in, Armand. Come in, my own dear child.
Madame, I fear there has been some dreadful mistake.
You are not Armand.
My name is Julien Jussot. I am a soldier.
He is not your son. He said he was a soldier, but I thought he did not trust me. I thought it was a disguise. But how like him he is. Surely there's a family resemblance. I was sure.
It is some cruel coincidence. This is not Armand.
Since there has been some mistake, madame, perhaps you would wish me to leave and seek another billet in the town.
No, you must stay. It is not your fault.
Oh, madame, let me take your arm. Oh. Sit down, for pity's sake. You are half dead with grief.
I will remain standing, Clementine. Do not touch me.
I really think it will be better if I go. You're ill, madame.
No. No, I insist you must stay. This is no way to treat a guest, Clementine. You must forgive us, Monsieur Jussot.
Oh, there is no need to apologize to me. I am only a soldier.
Yes. Now I see that is what you are.
What shall I do with him, madame? He could sleep in the kitchen by the hearth.
Any warm corner will do for me.
Not at all. The bed is prepared with silken sheets. Everything is ready for you. Take him to the guest room, Clementine.
What? Madame, is this man going to sleep in Monsieur Armand's bed and wear Monsieur Armand's slippers and eat the pastry that I made for Monsieur Armand? If I were to be guillotined for it,
Clementine, there must be no talk of guillotines here.
I am sorry, madame.
You must forgive me if I leave you to the servants, Monsieur Jussot. I cannot bear to look at you any longer. There is indeed a terrible likeness.
You must go to bed, madame.
No, I shall sit in the conservatory and wait. He will be coming soon, and I shall be the first to hear his footsteps.
The silence of the night closed its icy hand around the watchful figure of Madame Duprey. She waited in vain for the footsteps that never came. But did they come? That we shall never know. Towards morning, Clementine found her mistress dead. It was only some time afterwards that they learned she must have died at the exact hour when her son, Armand, was shot in prison.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air. We present great stories from around the globe by some of the world's favorite writers in Springbok Library of the Air.
Finding Joe by Les Smith.
Are you sure this is the way in?
Yeah. All the buildings are boarded up at the front. This passageway's the only way in. It has to be. Oh, watch the glass, look.
Oh, it's disgusting down here.
Yes. Oh, here's a door.
I can't believe people live in places like this. It's just derelict.
Well, it's got a roof.
But why? I mean, shh. What?
In there.
Do you think we should knock?
Yeah.
Anybody in?
Do you want to kick us out, do you, eh?
No, we haven't come to do anything like that.
We're looking for someone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're hoping you might be able to help us. We need to find someone called Joe. We think he's living rough in this area. Do any of you know him?
What's he look like?
We don't actually know.
We've never met him, you see.
Look, it's a long story, but the thing is we need to find him. It's pretty important.
We've been told that we might find him here.
Well, you won't, so you'd better go.
Look, he isn't in any trouble. We aren't trying to catch him or anything. We've got some news for him. Good news. He's due for some money. An inheritance.
Eh? Oh, I've just remembered. My name's Joe.
It's a trick, ain't it? I bet you're from the council, really, snooping about.
I can promise you, we're not.
Doesn't anyone at least know where he might be?
His name's Joe. He'll be about 26 years old.
Well, he's not here.
We're wasting our time here, Mike. Let's go.
Come on, then.
Oh, that's it then. We might as well give up and go home. Forget all about it.
I don't know. I think he's in there. He's one of them. Maybe afraid to show himself. Probably thinks we're out to get him.
But for what?
Who knows? He might have been involved in all sorts of things for all we know. He might owe some money.
And think we're here to collect.
Exactly. Come on.
Oh, no, Mike. We can't go back in there. If Joe's one of them, he'd have shown himself when we mentioned the inheritance. Surely.
Yes, but maybe not if... They're throwing bottles at us now.
We're obviously not welcome. Come on, let's go.
Attention passengers awaiting the 1915 train for Sheffield. This train is running approximately 20:20 minutes late.
Oh, well. Time for another coffee, I suppose.
We may as well take a seat in the waiting room if it's going to be another 20 minutes.
Good idea.
Sugar?
Yes. Thanks.
So a complete waste of time that's been.
Well, did you really think we'd find him?
Yes, I thought we would.
Yes, but we didn't know there'd be this many homeless kids living rough in the Clapham area.
We'll just have to do some more digging and see what else we can find out. For all we know, he might not be in London at all. He might have packed up and left. Might be anywhere.
Excuse me, could I, Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm not begging.
I'm sorry. What can I help you with?
You don't recognise me, do you? I threw a bottle at you yesterday in Patrick Street. I'm sorry about that. You said you were looking for somebody called Joe.
Yes. You told us to go away.
Yeah, I know. You shouldn't have been there.
You mean it's dangerous for us?
Not just for you.
Well, what do you mean? Is this something to do with Joe?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even sure if it is the person you're after, but I think he might be. Listen, I couldn't say anything back there at the squat, and I don't want anybody to know I followed you.
OK.
Is Joe in some kind of trouble?
Don't worry. Anything you say is between you and us. We promise.
You sure?
Absolutely. Would you like a drink from the machine?
Yeah, coffee with sugar.
Do you live there, then? In Patrick Street?
I might do.
Well, do you?
Yeah, some of the time. But you don't need to know about me. It's Joe you're looking for, ain't it?
Well, you might just be playing games with us for all I know.
Is that what you think? That I've just followed you everywhere you've been for the past 4 hours, just for the fun of it?
You've been following us?
Oh, yeah. I can tell you every place you've been since you left Patrick Street.
Why?
Well, maybe it's just because I've got nothing better to do, eh? Maybe I'm just playing games like you said. Look, I'll tell you what. Forget he even came. All right?
No. Hang on. Look, I didn't mean...
Mike?
She's gone. I think I've upset her.
Oh, for goodness sake, Mike. What did you say to her?
Nothing. She just seemed to have this bit of an attitude.
I don't even know her name.
Yes, but we know where she hangs out, don't we? Come on. I don't think it's quite time for us to go home yet.
Do you think we're doing the right thing coming back here?
I hope so.
But she said she didn't want to talk to us in front of the others. Why would she talk now?
Why do you think? Because one of the others was Joe. That's why.
Shh. There's somebody watching us. I'm sure there is.
What was that?
It came from up there somewhere. Can't see anyone, though.
It must be her. Throwing bottles again. At least it's only a plastic one this time.
If it's you, I'm sorry. I know you're not playing games. Listen, we'd like to talk to you.
Shh. Shh. Look. There's some paper in this bottle. I think it's a note. I just can't quite reach it.
Come on out. We can talk.
No, Mike. Don't you see? This is exactly what we want. She isn't likely to talk to us here, is she? Come on. Let's find somewhere to sit down. See what this note says.
Get on your train. I'm watching you. Don't come back.
I don't think she's going to cooperate.
Yes, but she's still watching us. I mean, think about it. Why would she? Why would she even bother to write us a message?
Get on your train. I'm watching you, okay. Sounds more like a threat than anything else.
I've got it. She wants to meet us at the railway station again, in the waiting room like before.
Away from the squat?
Yes. Look, I'll tell you what. We'll set off in the morning. We'll get to the station an hour early so we've a decent hour to wait. If she doesn't turn up, we'll get on the train and go home. If she does, we'll see what she has to tell us.
Please stand away from the platform edge. The train approaching platform 4B is the 9:42 to Sheffield. This is a direct service.
No sign of the girl.
Oh, well, seems I was wrong.
So what do we do?
Catch the train, I suppose. Oh, you'd think they'd put more carriages on. Look at us all crammed like sardines.
Stop complaining.
Oh, I'll be getting off this next station.
Oh, no problem.
I agree, it does get a bit uncomfortable sometimes.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll start heading for the doors, I think. Good day.
Yes, and to you. Goodbye.
Bye. Honestly, Mike.
Sorry.
Didn't think, as always. Same with the girl. She'd have probably taken us straight to Joe if you hadn't said whatever you did.
Yes, all right. Look, I'm sorry. You were right. I did put my foot in it, didn't I? But then what did we know about her anyway? She could have just been leading us on, promising to find him for us for a price, and chances are we'd have never seen her again.
No, I don't think so. I think she does know something, but she's frightened. She had to be sure she could trust us.
Excuse me. You don't mind if I plonk myself down here, do you?
What? Well, no. Feel free, by all means.
You all right, then?
Pardon?
Are you all right?
Yeah, we're fine, thanks. Yes, thank you very much.
Tickets?
2 singles to Sheffield, please.
And 1 return.
Are you all together?
Oh, no. Just us 2.
But you can pay for me and all, can't you?
What?
I'm only on this train because of you.
Pardon?
Mike, it must be.
Yeah, it's me, Little Joe. So, hang on a minute. Hang on. I want to get this straight. What you're saying is that my granddad has popped his clogs and left me loads of money.
That's one way of putting it, yes.
So you're my uncle?
Yes, I'm your mother's brother. I don't know if you remember anything about your mother at all, do you?
No.
Well, I don't know how much of this you already know, but your mother left the family when she was 17. Got in with the wrong sort and eventually ended up in prison. By all accounts, she had you while she was inside, and you were put into social care. That's just about all we knew until we started looking into your whereabouts.
Oh, yeah?
You've been in some trouble yourself, haven't you?
Well, I've never hurt nobody.
A lot of people have tried to help you, though, haven't they?
Oh, so that's how you tracked me down, is it?
Well, yes, but we've seen the letters. You used to write to your grandfather years ago, didn't you? And he wrote to you. But he didn't tell us. Until we found the letters, we didn't even know you existed.
Oh, so he kept the letters, did he?
Treasured them.
Listen, you won't need to worry about money anymore, Joe. But you will have to get your life sorted out. We can help you do that.
So, why do you want to do that, then?
It was your grandfather's last request that we find your mother. And failing that, we find you. I suppose you know your mother is no longer with us.
Yeah, she's dead, I know that. Don't make no difference to me. Never knew her, did I?
A drink problem seems to have been her downfall, I'm afraid. In fact, it was probably the news of what happened to her that led to your grandfather's death in the end. I think he always hoped deep down that Julie would just come home one day, say sorry, and that would just be that. It never happened, though, and it was never likely to.
So, how much dosh am I getting then?
Well, we need to be absolutely sure, first of all, that you are who you say you are.
Oh.
Then we'll need to make sure you have all the support you need to pick yourself up.
Pick myself up? What do you mean?
Out of the gutter, Joe. To be a responsible adult. No drugs, no alcohol.
Well, that's my business, isn't it?
Look, do you realise just how much money has been left to you?
No. I'm still waiting for you to tell me, aren't I?
Well, it's enough to set you up very nicely. Or, on the other hand, plenty to waste, to lose, to get into the hands of criminals. That isn't what your grandfather wanted for you. And we don't want to see that happen either.
We just want to make sure that the money helps you to live a better life.
What for? What's it to you what I do, eh?
We're doing it for your grandfather. It's what he wanted.
So, how much money am I getting in?
I can't tell you yet. Not until we're sure of your identity.
Oh, come on, give us a clue. £1,000? 10,000?
It's a fair bit more than that, Joe.
More than 10 grand, eh? Ahoy! You lot! You're on the same train as the millionaire! Guess who it is, eh? It's me, Little Joe. They've come to save me from ruining myself. Ain't that nice, eh?
Please, Joe, sit down.
Yeah, it's good news, though, isn't it?
Yes, but the whole train doesn't need to know.
What's your surname, Joe?
Richards.
So, do you know anything at all about your mother?
Oh, I know what her name is, but was. That's all.
Haven't you ever tried to find out more?
What for? She dumped me, didn't she? What else do I need to know about her?
Look, I realise life can't have been that easy for you.
Yeah, it's all right now, ain't it, eh?
It looks like it, yes.
What we need to know, Joe, is how we can contact you. You see, we will need to meet you again, properly, to talk about it.
But we need to see you alone, OK? You must be alone.
All right, then.
You call us. Here, look.
As soon as you can.
So, this is it. 225 North Street, Shoreditch. The flat above the newsagents. At least it isn't that terrible place that girl came from.
Yes, that girl. I wonder who she was. How did she know him?
He was there among them all the time.
Do you think so?
Yes. I hope this hasn't been a wild goose chase after all the trouble we've gone to. And after all the time he's kept us waiting. 3 weeks. Why keep us waiting 3 weeks?
I think he's coming down.
Hello, come in.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe. Oh, come on up. I've not cleaned up or anything. I've been.
Well, don't worry about that.
Sit down. I'll move some papers and stuff out of the way.
Don't worry, we'll stand. We won't need to stay for long.
Oh, right. I'll go see if I've got any coffee.
No, don't worry about us.
It's all right. I've got some.
What a mess. Shh. You'd think he might have at least had the decency to tidy up. I mean, we are here to do him the biggest favour of his life, aren't we?
I ain't got no milk. Is that all right?
That's fine, Joe.
You got everything, then? You haven't forgotten
No, it's all here.
Good.
So, how have you been keeping?
Yeah, I feel great. Ta.
Have you been living in this flat very long, Joe?
Yeah. So, have you brought it then?
Sorry?
The dosh.
Well, it's not as simple as that. There are things we need to go through first. Signatures and...
We need proof of your identity.
Yes.
We'll need to see your birth certificate and, well, whatever documents you've got.
Indeed.
So, I'm not getting the money then?
Look, we explained all this to you on the train.
I thought you was bringing the money today.
No, we're going to try and sort things out today.
Well, maybe we should just leave it then, eh?
Leave it? What on earth do you mean?
Well, it's just a bit complicated, isn't it?
Do you realise we spent nearly a week trudging the streets of Clapham tracking you down? Now we've just waited 3 weeks for you to get round to calling us back, and you're not interested. I don't know why we bothered.
'Cause you want something from me.
No, we don't. We're helping you.
No. Hang on a minute, Maria. Maybe he's right. Maybe we do want something from you, Joe. Maybe some answers. When did you last see your mother?
I've never seen her, have I?
You mean you've never tried to track her down?
No. Why should I?
Are you sure you didn't make contact with her? Maybe just before she died?
Hang on a minute. What are you trying to say? That I had something to do with it?
Mike, stop it.
No, but just think about it. Why shouldn't he have had something to do with it? Joe needs money. Who might give him some? His mum, if he can find her.
Money for what?
You tell me. How about this flat?
There's no way you can pin this on me.
He's right, Mike. It's not what we're here for.
Yeah, but just think. What if we find some evidence to show that he had something to do with Julie's death? We might not have to do what we came to do.
No, Mike. Joe, there is an inheritance. Half of your grandfather's estate, £120,000, goes to your mother. But, as stated in the will, since she's no longer here, it's yours.
Well, what about the other half, then?
That's ours.
Right, so 120,000 quid, then?
In your name, yes.
And what if you hadn't been able to find me? Then what?
It would have stayed where it was. Unless it's found that you were no longer alive to claim it. Then it would have come to us.
Right.
So maybe you can see now why it was so important that we found you.
Yeah, to make sure I get my money. Ta!
No, not quite, Joe.
What then?
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm really sorry. You see, we don't think it would be a good idea to let you have the money.
No.
You'd only waste it.
That's why we had to find you.
Hey? I don't get it. Hey! What are you doing?
Yes, it's a gun, Joe.
What's going on?
Well, it's like this. We need you out of the way. 120,000 doesn't even pay our debts. Double it and it becomes a bit more useful. Get the picture?
Yeah. You want my half of the money as well. But...
Full marks, Joe.
Look, don't shoot, all right?
I hope we don't need to. If you do as we say, there's an easier way out for you.
What? Here, what's the rubber gloves for?
Don't worry about the gloves, Joe. Just you worry about these.
Tablets?
Hold them in your hand, Joe. Get your fingers on the bottle.
Tablets? Oh, now, hang on a minute.
It's the easy way, Joe. No mess.
And it looks like you did it yourself. All your own idea.
It worked for your mother.
Eh? You mean it was you? What?
We put her out of her misery, yes. I mean, it can't have been much of an existence for her, living in those conditions. She wouldn't have known what to do with her inheritance anyway. We just sped things up a little for her, just like we're about to do for you.
Take the bottle, Joe.
Take it, Joe.
Listen, I don't want the stinking money. Just have it, all right? You can have it.
Sorry, Joe, doesn't work like that. As long as you're alive, it has to be yours.
What? I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you then, when I've got it. I swear I will.
Take the bottle. Here.
No.
We're giving you a chance, Joe. You can go peacefully. It'll be easy.
You don't think we're serious, do you? All right. Say goodbye then, Joe.
Oh, all right. All right.
Good boy. That's more like it, Joe. That's it. Get your hands around that bottle.
Oh, yeah. So there's plenty of nice fingerprints on it. And all mine, eh?
That's the idea.
You're not as stupid as you look, are you, Joe? And seeing as you're being such a good boy, we've got a little farewell treat for you.
Bottle of gin?
Yes. Once you've downed half a bottle of this and taken the tablets, well, I think the story will tell itself. Don't worry, we've spared no expense. It's the finest London gin, this is.
Yeah. Especially when my mum only got the cheap whiskey. What?
What?
Don't you think you're pushing your luck committing the same crime twice?
He's got a point there, Mike.
No, don't worry. It'll be a coincidence. Happens to all your type in the end. We'll just call it a tragic accident, except it won't really be all that sad with you, Joe, 'cause nobody will actually care. Filthy bloke dies in filthy flat. Happens all the time.
Yeah, except you're making a mistake with the gloves.
What do you mean?
The type you're wearing. Got 'em as a job lot, did you? They're for washing up.
They're fine for what we need them for.
Oh, yeah. They're even dipped in antibacterial disinfectant for extra kitchen hygiene.
What are you on about?
I bet the police thought it a bit strange when that whiskey bottle they found and the tablet bottle had traces of disinfectant on them, but not the body itself.
What? Look, how do you know about the whiskey bottle?
It's going to be very interesting for the police, isn't it? When they find these bottles next to my body. I mean, it's not likely I'd have any use for disinfectant, is it? Not in my filthy little flat, eh?
Just a minute. Something isn't right here.
He knows things, Mike. Shoot him. Do it.
No, I want to know what he knows and how he knows.
Just shoot him. We've got to get out of here. Shoot him. Do it. Now!
Get down. Are you all right?
Yeah. Fine, thanks.
Good.
Get him to the ambulance.
Come on this way, then.
It's a trap. This whole thing's been a trap.
Yeah. Brilliant, wasn't it? It wasn't too difficult to set, neither.
But who? How?
I think you can come through, Mr. Richards.
What?
Hello, Maria. Fancy telling poor Joe I was dead. I've never felt better. And I won't be going anywhere a good while yet, I hope.
I don't get it.
Well, I suspected something was going on. You didn't expect me to get better, did you, when I had my bad turn those months ago? But I wasn't too ill to hear you going through drawers, trying to find things. Then came the news of Julie. I did notice that you and Michael happened to be away at the time of the supposed accidental death, especially since we'd just had that blazing row about the will. Yes, I remember seeing that look in Michael's eyes even then, a greedy, plotting look. Then, when we found out about Julie...
You suspected us.
I hoped I was wrong, Maria. I really hoped I was wrong. But I had to know, for my own peace of mind. That's why I told you both about Joe. Even I didn't know that Julie had a child until after what happened. I could, of course, have left everything to you two. After all, I didn't know this Joe from Adam. But no, I put Joe into the will to see what would happen.
Don't lie. You knew about Joe all along. You wrote to him. We saw the letters.
I made them up, planted them there for you to find, the start of a trail for you to follow. And you did.
So you're not Joe?
Brian Gray, private investigator.
I hired him, and he's done a marvellous job.
Oh, I get it. There was never a Joe anyway.
Oh, but there is. Thanks again to Brian, we've tracked the real Joe down as well. It's just that there's something about Joe that you didn't know. Just one little detail that would have prevented you finding him anyway.
I think you can come through now, Joe.
Hello.
You? But...
Yes, meet Joe, Maria.
All the time you were looking for some bloke called Joe. The Joe you wanted was a she, and she was following you all over London. Even came to see you at the station.
How very clever.
Anyway, you'll be pleased to know that Joe will be well looked after from now on. Not only that, she has employment, I believe.
Yeah, I've been on the lookout for an assistant. Somebody who can follow people around, observe, hide in the shadows.
I think you can take Mrs. Richards away now, Constable.
Oh, that was scary. I thought you were a goner there, Brian.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about it anymore, eh? I mean, it's all sorted now, isn't it?
I mean, if that policeman hadn't been in the other room with his gun ready. Brian?
Oh, dear. I think your new boss has just fainted, Joe.
In Finding Joe, you heard Maggie Mash as Maria, Pete Haslam as Mike, Jeannie Carlin as Joe, Les Smith as the private investigator, and Redvers Kyle as Mr. Richards. Other parts were played by Howard Watson.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air.
Damage or any other significant injuries. All the tests we've done so far have come back negative. However, I still want to keep you here for a week so we can keep an eye on you.
Thanks.
You can consider yourself lucky, Mr. Gitton. You got a second chance at life. Not many people do.
The week came and went, and all my tests came back negative. Physically, I was fine, and they discharged me with a clean bill of health. I was ready to carry on with my normal life. But what happened next was something I could never have imagined, and it was far from normal. In an instant, everyone was gone. All the people in the world, it seemed, had just disappeared, and I was left alone, completely alone. Was I dreaming? Had I passed out? It didn't feel like a dream, but how could it be real? Where was everybody? Hello? Anybody there? The world was quiet all around me. Everything had remained the way it was. The trees, the buildings, the air. But I was the only thing left alive in all of it, and it scared me a lot. Mostly because it felt familiar, like a feeling I'd only felt once before. That night I went over the bridge, the night I died. But why would I feel like that now? I was alive, wasn't I? I walked around a little, very carefully, afraid of what might be waiting for me around each corner. I'd gone about a block when it all suddenly changed again.
Hey, mister, are you all right?
What happened?
What happened? You've been walking around like a crazy person. Like nobody else even exists. You're lucky the traffic avoided you or you'd be dead.
I'm sorry, I must have blacked out there for a minute.
You're pretty awake to me.
What exactly did you say I was doing?
It's like I said, you were just walking around like you were in your own little world, like no one else had even existed.
I'm sorry. I'm not really sure what happened to me.
I don't know. Maybe you should see a doctor.
Well, Mr. Gittam, all your test results have come back negative again. Like I told you before, physically you're fine, but the episode you told me about does concern me. Although I've never heard of anything like it, I think it could have been triggered by a kind of post-traumatic stress.
You think that's all it is?
I'm not sure exactly, but again, there doesn't seem to be anything physically wrong with you.
So what do you suggest, then?
Look, a lot of people go for counseling after traumatic experiences. The hospital offers free group sessions every Thursday. I recommend that you go to these. If medicine can't help you, then maybe a bit of therapy might.
I went to therapy that Thursday in the hope that I could find some answers. But no one in the group, including the psychologist, could explain the strange episode I had experienced. Nobody had ever heard of anything like it before. I got all the easy answers, that it was just stress from the accident and it was nothing serious. I just needed to talk about it and try and get some rest. They paired me up with this kid called Ricky as part of some buddy plan they had going, but I knew he wouldn't understand. I mean, I could hardly understand it and couldn't even explain it properly. Well, maybe it was just stress. I left that night quite relieved. Maybe I just needed to talk about it, get it off my chest. However, it wasn't until I arrived home that night that all the relief disappeared, and I began to think that my problem was something far more than stress. Hey, pirate. How you doing, pretty kitty? Did you miss me? 'Course you did. Good kitty. Oh, how about some music, It's been a long day. There we go. You hungry, pirate? I am. Well, what do we have? Olives. Yeah, that's a nice start. That was much better. What now? Pirate, are you playing around with Daddy's stereo? Oh, come on, Pirate, not now. Please, cat, I'm tired. No, Pirate. Pirate? Pirate? What's wrong with the stereo now? You're still on. Why aren't you making any noise? Where's that cat now? Pirate? Pirate! What on earth was that? What the hell was that? Hello? Hello? Oh, maybe it's the wind. It sounds like it's coming from Mrs. Swanson's house. I'd better get over there and see. Mrs. Swanson! Mrs. Swanson! As I ran, something happened. With each step, the world around me changed. And I gradually began to realize that everything I recognized, my street, my neighborhood, my own house, had changed. And yet stayed the same all at once. And then that feeling came upon me, the one I'd felt that day at the bridge, and a few days ago in the city. It was happening again. Everyone had disappeared, and I was left alone in the world again. At least, that's what I thought. What were those sounds? If everyone was gone, where were they coming from? Something was out there. I could feel it. I couldn't see anyone, but I knew I wasn't alone. Who's there? Who are you?
Edward, it's me, Mrs. Swanson. Edward, are you okay?
Mrs. Swanson.
Yes, it's me. Are you okay? What are you doing in the middle of the street at this time of the night?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Swanson. I thought I heard something out here. I was just coming to check to see if you were all right.
I'm fine. Are you sure you're okay? Who were you talking to? I didn't see anyone.
Well, I'm not sure. I thought I saw someone.
I was worried. I was calling out to you for a while. I thought you couldn't hear me.
I'm sorry. I was just... I'm sorry about that.
Are you sure you're okay? You look a little pale.
No, I'm fine, Mrs. Swanson. Thanks. And I'm sorry I bothered you so late at night.
That's okay. As long as you're okay.
Oh, yes. Yes, thanks. I'm fine. But I wasn't fine. What was happening to me? Was I losing my mind? What were those sounds? My mind kept taking me back to that feeling I had inside the episodes. The one I felt when I died. Did it have something to do with that? When I died, did it change me? I had to know what was happening to me. Ricky, the kid from the therapy group, was a computer genius. He was being counseled for severe depression and repeated suicide attempts. I got him to search the internet for any similar or identical cases to mine. If Sacred Heart had never heard of this phenomenon before, I was going to find out about it myself.
I managed to find what you were looking for.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Ricky.
Yeah. Just don't get caught with it. I had to hack into a lot of different classified hospital medical files to get this.
Oh, I understand, and I appreciate it, Ricky. Let's have a look. What have we got? Eugene Hills, 40-year-old stockbroker, died from a heart attack on the 24th of March, 97. And resuscitated a few minutes later by paramedics.
There's quite a few of them, all with the same stats. All died and all resuscitated shortly afterwards. I pulled all the local ones, so everyone on the list is living somewhere in the city, or at least they were at the time of their accident.
Well, that's perfect. Well, thanks so much again. I owe you big.
No, don't worry about it. It's cool. I just hope it helps you find out what's happening to you.
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Right now, I guess Mr. Hills is as good a place to start as any. Well, Mr. Hills, I certainly hope you're in.
Hi.
Hi. Mrs. Hills?
Can I help you?
Well, actually, I was looking for Mr. Hills. Are you his wife?
I'm Mrs. Hills. What's this about?
Well, ma'am, I was wondering if it would be possible to speak with your husband.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Hills passed away in 1997.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My condolences, ma'am. I'm sorry for asking, but was it from the heart attack?
Why are you asking me all these questions? Who are you?
It's a long story, Mrs. Hills. I'm Edward Gittam. I'm doing private research on cases that seem similar to some strange occurrences in my life since my own near-fatal accident. May I come in and speak with you?
Well, I'm not sure. You seem to have a decent face. Anyway, I'm intrigued. Come in. But you can't stay long, though.
Thanks. I really appreciate your time.
The heart attack was just the beginning. It's what happened afterwards that... He killed himself a few months later.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think it was for the best. He was never the same afterwards. The blackouts, the hallucinations. I think it was just his time to...
Mrs. Hills, I am so sorry. Again.
I'm sorry, I can't...
I understand. And I do apologize for dredging up the past. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I couldn't bear to pry any further. The poor lady was obviously still devastated. But at least I had found something out. Blackouts, hallucinations, the same symptoms I was having. But it wasn't enough. I needed to know more. I needed something solid, an explanation. Poor Mr. Hills. He was never the same, she said. I wonder if that's what drove him to kill himself. I hope not, seeing as he'd done it only a few months after his initial escape from death. I hoped that the next person on the list would have some sort of explanation. But they didn't. They, too, had died from a separate, unrelated incident a few months after the initial death. And then, one by one, I scratched off each person on the list, my hand trembling and my stomach tied in knots. Every one of them dead within months of being resuscitated, and no one willing to tell me their story. Did the same fate await me? My mind raced. What was going on? There was one more name on the list. Peter O'Neill, 12 years old, drowned in his pool and resuscitated by his mother shortly afterwards. I prayed that she'd have the right answers. Please be home.
Who is it?
Mrs. O'Neill?
Who is that?
Mrs. O'Neill, my name's Edward Gittam. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about your son, Peter.
Are you from the newspaper?
No, ma'am, I'm not. Look, I'm sorry, I know this is a bit weird, but I know your son drowned and was brought back.
What exactly is this about?
Well, ma'am, you see, the same thing happened to me.
He was a good swimmer, you know. He always used to swim by himself. I should have been watching him, though.
Mrs. O'Neill, I'm really sorry for asking, but can you tell me about what happened after the accident? Was there anything strange about him? Anything out of the ordinary?
Yes. Yes, come to think of it, there was. About a week after the accident, we were watching TV when he suddenly got up and he started fiddling with the set, complaining that it was broken and that he couldn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fine. I just couldn't understand. And when I told him that, it was like he couldn't hear me. Then he turned around and started calling my name. Well, I kept answering him, telling him I was right there. For a while, I thought he'd gone blind, but he started running around the house as if he could see perfectly, calling to me and asking me where I was. Well, I kept answering him, but he couldn't hear me, and he was crying. I didn't know what to do. Well, a few minutes later, he snapped out of it, and, well, I rushed him straight to hospital, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him.
The hospital couldn't find anything wrong with me either. What did you do next?
Well, the hospital recommended therapy, so I took him.
Group therapy?
No, it was one-on-one with a lady psychologist. Well, she seemed very good, and I thought Peter was in the right hands.
Did she help him?
No, the episodes persisted, and, well, they even got worse. At first, he told me that everyone would just disappear, and he would be left completely alone. But then he started to hear things, he said, and see things. Things that he could only describe as monsters.
Monsters?
Well, he said that they were after him, that they wanted to hurt him, and he couldn't run away because there were so many of them.
What did the psychologist say?
Well, she said that medication probably wouldn't help and began looking into other forms of treatment for Peter. She said she had this theory that Peter's spirit might be confused, thinking Peter's body was dead and was trying to separate itself from the spirit.
Well, what did you think?
Oh, I thought she was crazy. I couldn't believe that she was experimenting on my son with all that spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Heaven knows what she was filling his head with. If you ask me, she was the reason Peter started doing so badly. She drove him over the edge.
So what did you do?
Well, I stopped taking Peter to see her. It was then that
What happened, Mrs. O'Neill? Please, I need to know.
Oh, one night he had another episode. It was like he was fighting something invisible. I don't think he could take it anymore. And then his heart gave in and he died. Only this time I couldn't bring him back.
I'm sorry. You never found out what was wrong with him?
Well, the only person with a theory was the psychologist, but I never believed her. If she had just treated Peter the way she was supposed to, he'd be alive right now.
And you never thought that she might have been onto something?
Oh, never. That's why when I found out she had treated other patients with the same problem, and they had all died as well, we took her to court and had her struck from the medical roll.
Who's we?
Well, surviving family members who also felt her practices were unethical.
Do you remember any of their names?
Well, let me see. There were the Johnstons, the Adlers, the Shaws, and Mrs. Hills. Well, what's that?
It's a list of all the people in the city who went through the same ordeal. And all the names you just mentioned are on this list, too. What did you say that doctor's name was?
Oh, if I were you, I wouldn't have anything to do with her. She's no good. You know, I fear the same thing could happen to you if she were to get her hands on you.
Mrs. O'Neill, I'm afraid the same thing is already happening to me. She might be my only hope in finding out what's really going on.
Oh, her name was Rush. Dr. Nadine Rush.
Dr. Nadine Rush. I found her address and went to her house. If she couldn't help me, I didn't even want to think about what would happen. I was running out of time. I was getting that strange feeling again. Come on.
Hello? Who's there?
Dr. Rush? Dr. Nadine Rush?
Who is that?
It was the worst possible timing. The one person I needed to see was about to disappear along with everyone else. Dr. Rush, my name is Edward Gittam. I've read about your work with patients who die and are resuscitated.
I don't practice anymore. Sorry, I can't help you. I don't practice anymore. Sorry,
I can't help you.
Please, I don't know what's happening to me. I just need to ask you some questions. My stomach turned. It was happening again. The world was silent, and only I was left in it. But almost as soon as I felt everyone leave, I felt something else arrive. Who's there? Who are you? Suddenly, something flashed into sight. For a second, two giant shapes appeared and then disappeared the next moment. I froze. Were these the monsters that young Peter O'Neill said he saw?
Wake up, Edward. Wake up. Wake up, Edward. Wake up.
Wake up, Edward. Wake up. Edward. Relax. Relax, you're in my house. You're fine. You're one of them, aren't you?
One of whom?
I used to call you foreigners. It seemed the best way to describe what was happening to you. Do you know what's happening to you?
Actually, that's why I came to you. I need your help.
Help? I'm afraid that I can't offer you any help. All I can give you are a few answers. Whether or not you choose to believe what I tell you is up to you.
Well, at this point, I'll take anything.
All right. How long ago did you die?
About 3 weeks ago.
And ever since then, you've been feeling different?
Mm-hmm.
Like the world had somehow changed?
Yes.
You couldn't explain it, but everything you knew was suddenly foreign. And then the episode started.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to know why?
Yes.
You might not like what you hear.
I need to know.
All right. When you died, your spirit began crossing over to the other side, the spirit world, which is where it should have gone. But because you were brought back from the dead, your spirit was confused. It was still trying to live in the spirit world. That's why everything seemed foreign. When you came back, you were seeing the world through the eyes of your physical body as well as those of your spirit.
And the episodes?
The episodes occur when the spirit essentially overpowers the body and tries to live separately from it, as it believes it should. It crosses over to a place where the rest of us can't see, and you are not able to see us.
The spirit world?
No. Not the spirit world, and that's where the other problem starts.
Well, where is it?
Do you believe in God, in good and evil?
Yes, I suppose so.
In almost every culture and religion, there exists the concept of good and evil. Many people think there is a constant battle between the two sides to maintain some kind of balance between them. Of course, we can't see that battle because it exists on another plane, one where mortals are excluded.
But what if
I believe that you are now in the process of crossing over to that plane, right into the middle of that war that has raged since the beginning of time. You can hear them shouting, can't you? Their swords striking.
Is that what those horrible sounds are?
I believe it is.
Well, how do we stop it?
I don't know. That's why I said I had answers and not help. I don't think it can be stopped. Except...
Except what?
The only way your spirit will find its way to where it needs to be is if your body is no longer holding it back.
What? What are you saying? The only cure for this is if I die?
I did tell you, you might not like what you hear.
But that's ridiculous. There must be another way.
Why do you think all my other patients died? Because I let them? No, it's because there is nothing I or anyone else could have done to help them.
Well, how do you know? How do you know it's not just that you can't find another way?
Because you cannot fight against fate, against your own destiny. Your fate now lies on the other side. You started crossing over. The fact that science was able to bring you back doesn't change that. This is bigger than medicine and anything you can see. It's the natural order of things.
No, I won't accept that that's all I can do, sitting around waiting to die.
Is it really so bad? Is death what you're really afraid of?
Because let me tell you, I watched all my patients go through the horror of having their spirits beaten and torn in a war that they were never meant to be a part of. As soon as those flickering images you're seeing at the moment come into focus, you'll also come into focus for them. And when you do, it won't matter that you're not supposed to be there. They'll make you part of it, and you won't stand a chance.
So what then?
I can't tell you what to do, but you're running out of time. Your spirit won't last long the way it's going right now.
So I don't have any option but to die?
It's just your body that dies, Edward, in order that your spirit can cross over to where it's supposed to be. Isn't that better than being what you are now, a foreigner? You're not supposed to be alive here, and your spirit is not supposed to be moving in the direction it is. Isn't it a scarier thing to not belong where you are?
No. No, that can't be the only way. I won't believe it. It can't.
Edward, please.
No. No, your patients died because you didn't know how to help them.
No.
I'll find a way. I am not going to die.
Edward, you're wasting your time. Please listen to me. You're running out of time. Good luck.
I got in my car and drove at a high speed. I didn't know where I was going. I just drove. All the time, Nadine's words echoed through my mind. What if she was right? What if death was the only way out? Was it really all that bad? And then suddenly, everything in my world went quiet, and that strange feeling overtook me again. It was happening again. Only this time I could see everything so clearly. Oh, God! It was a war, just like Nadine said. I could see them. Giant angels and devils fighting each other. It was them shouting. It was them screaming. And for the first time I began to understand my fate. And then they looked at me. And that was the worst fear I'd ever felt. Worse than that day I died. Finally, it was clear. I was a foreigner. I didn't belong here. And my worst fear wasn't dying anymore. It was being stuck in a place I wasn't supposed to be. And as I swerved in vain to try and get away, fate, it seemed, had stepped in to guide me. So let me tell you again about the time I died. The time I really died. It's not as bad as it may seem. I think the inevitability of it reassured me. It's something that happens to us all. And as for me, I'd rather be where I belong than be a foreigner.
Quickly, pull him out and check if he's breathing.
Who is he?
ID says he's Edward Gittam, 33 years old.
What's his status?
He's gone. We're too late.
In tonight's story, Foreigner, by Justin Shaw, you heard Roger Service as Edward, Frank Graham as Dr. Andre, Vera Clare as Mrs. Hill, Catherine Dunstan as Mrs. Swanson, Merle Wayne as Mrs. O'Neill, Tommy Reed as Ricky, and Caroline Smart as Dr. Nadine Rush, and directed by Henry Diffenthal.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air. we present great stories from around the globe by some of the world's favourite writers in Springbok Library of the Air.
Ray Matthews, a man who is not too old and not too young either. He works as a clerk at the information desk in the terminal building of one of the world's largest airports. He's a man who gets a little bored from time to time, and a little disgruntled, too.
Sure, I get a little disgruntled. You would, too, if I'm any judge of human nature. And I should be by this time. I see all kinds of humans with all kinds of natures, good, bad, and in between. And they all ask questions, and I answer them. Only they never ask me about myself. They never want to know about Ray Matthews. It might be a little hard to describe the rut I'm in, though. You've got to experience a rut before you know what it's like. You've got to want things and not be able to get them in order to know how rugged it can be. And that's why I appreciate being asked the kind of question the little fat guy asked me that day. I'd like to be asked that question every day.
Would you like to make $20, son?
He was wearing a Panama hat, had a round moon of a face, and looked as if his life was one salesman's convention after another.
Didn't you hear me, son? I said...
Oh, I heard you, mister.
I thought you did. Well?
Who do you want me to kill?
No, maybe some other time, eh? No, son. All you gotta do is to take this little black bag I'm carrying.
And do what with it?
Oh, nothing complicated about this at all. Just hold on to it for me.
Hold it for you?
Yeah, that's all. Until I come back for it in an hour. Not another thing. No strings at all attached.
We have a checking service. The parcel room is right across the lobby.
Look, son, it appeared to me that you wanted to make $20.
Well,
do you?
What's in the bag?
The information man doesn't ask questions. He answers them. Well?
All right.
Fine. Here's your money. I'll be back in an hour.
That's the way it began. That simple. He jammed two $10 bills into my hand and walked away, leaving the little black bag on the desk and me with a silly look on my face. $20. Food on the table for nearly a week. A small enough miracle, but I wanted to share it with Barbara as soon as I got off from work. I waited for the little fat man to come back for his bag. An hour passed, then 2, then 3. No sign of him. I waited an extra 15 minutes. The little fat man didn't return. I figured he would probably call for the bag the next morning. I took the thing home with me. I told Barbara the short, happy story.
But it's the silliest thing I ever heard. $20 just to hold a bag for him? That man must be off his head.
Oh, who am I to ask questions? Especially for $20.
Well, it goes right into our savings account.
I got a better idea than that.
Oh, no, you haven't. There's no better idea than that.
You're buying yourself a new dress.
I am not.
Or a pair of those fancy shoes you like.
I really don't need anything.
Will you cut that out? 5 years we've been married. How many new dresses have you had in that time, huh? Just tell me.
I haven't kept count.
Well, can't you give a guy a break? If I want to swell my ego and buy my wife a new dress, don't throw cold water on it.
Please, Ray, I'd be much happier if we put it in the bank.
What's the use?
Now, Ray, don't stew. Let's just be glad that crazy little man came by with his black bag.
Okay, you win. You always do.
The next time you will.
This I gotta see. I think I'll take a shower.
Ray, I wonder what's in it.
Huh?
That bag sitting there on the table. I wonder what's in it.
Oh, who cares? Forget it. Hey, what about a fresh towel?
Aren't you curious?
No.
I am. Why should a man give you $20? He could have checked it at the cloakroom for 10 cents.
Forget it.
Ray.
Yeah?
Let's open it.
Now, look.
Oh, please, Ray. Just one little peek.
No, it's none of our business.
Ray, please.
Didn't you ever hear the story of Pandora?
Oh, that's just a myth. Please, honey.
We shouldn't. Really.
No one will know the difference.
It's just none of our business.
We'll close it right up again. Well, what harm can come from it?
Okay.
Well, it can't be very important. It's not even locked. Now, let's see just what... Ray, look.
Holy smoke.
What are they? Could they be diamonds?
Oh, they could be. Uncut.
Diamonds?
Phony. They've just got to be phony. They can't be real. Why, if they're real, they're worth, I don't know, $1 million. Say, what are you doing?
I'm putting them back. Ray, close that bag. Please just close it.
Yeah, all right.
And let's never open it again, no matter how long we keep it.
Sure, Barbara, sure.
Oh, Ray.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
I'm thinking about what you said before.
I said...
About Pandora's box. And Ray, honest, I don't like the way it makes me feel.
And I didn't like the way it made me feel either. Not one bit. I kept thinking about all the things the diamonds in that bag could buy. If they were diamonds. All the things they could get from me and Barbara. You don't think I slept that night, do you? Not one single wink. At breakfast, neither of us mentioned that bag. We were acting, both of us. But we had to keep it up.
Here's your toast, Ray.
Thanks, Barbara. Hand me the paper, will you?
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
What's the weather report?
Let's see. Today's high temperature around 85. Light snow flurries expected by nightfall.
Goof.
Hey.
Huh?
Barbara.
What is it?
Look. This picture in the paper. This one on page 2.
Victor Wrigley, shown above, was pushed or fell to his death from a building on 25th Street.
Yeah. Well, look at his face.
What's so unusual about it?
I'll tell you what's so unusual. That's the guy.
What guy?
The little fat man who gave me the money to hold the bag for him. Which put a different complexion on everything. And I began to see how basically weak and selfish a human being can be if circumstances are tantalizing enough. I tried to feel sorry for the poor guy, but somehow I kept coming back to the bag full of diamonds and seemed to be heir to because of his death. That day, around 2 in the afternoon, Barbara called me at the desk.
I hate to disturb you, honey, but I just saw the afternoon paper, Ray. There was a follow-up story on Victor Wrigley.
Yeah? What did it say?
Ray, he was a criminal, an international jewel thief.
That little fat moon-faced character? A criminal?
You better get the paper if you don't believe me.
I will. And tonight I'll be home early. We gotta talk.
Oh, Ray, I've been so nervous all day. That bag standing there, and I kept thinking of that man's face.
There's nothing to be nervous about anymore, honey.
Then did you call the police? Oh,
No. And I'm not calling them either.
What?
Barbara, we're keeping those diamonds.
Ray, we can't.
We are. This is the jackpot we've been waiting for, and we're not going to throw it away now. We keep those rocks. It didn't sit well with her. And I guess maybe it didn't really agree with me either. But when you lose your head, you've got nothing to think with until you find it again. I didn't sleep that night neither. I'd get up once in a while to see if the bag was still hidden in the closet. Barbara didn't sleep either.
Ray, don't you see it's no good this way?
Okay, answer me. Who are we hurting? Those diamonds belong to a syndicate. They have millions of them.
That doesn't make any difference. They're not ours.
They are now. Finders keepers.
It's stealing. No matter what you say, you've got to go to the police.
No.
Can't I make you understand, Ray?
Listen to me, Barbara. I understand, all right. I understand that for 5 long years we've been trying to make ends meet, and just about making it. How many times have we talked about having a kid? Why did we always vote it down?
Ray, darling, please, not now.
No, you're going to keep listening till I'm through. How do you think I feel when I see you wearing not last year's dress, but the one from 3 years ago? How do you think I feel that all we can do is dream about things until we're sick and tired of just dreaming? And don't tell me you've been enjoying every year of it.
Of course I haven't. I feel the same way as you.
All right, then.
But we're not thieves. And if we keep those diamonds, that's what we'll be, no matter how much you try to excuse it.
But we're not hurting anybody.
All right, then. From a practical point of view, stolen diamonds can't be sold on the open market.
Not today, but maybe in 5 or 6 years. We can even wait 10.
Stop it, Ray. Stop it.
It could be like an annuity, something big to look forward to in the future. Well, that's it, baby. Now at least we've got a real future ahead of us. A future that's glittering with diamonds.
But Ray forgot that stolen diamonds don't glitter.
We had a future ahead of us, all right. But it was much closer than I figured. It was just an hour later, at 4 in the morning.
Hello? Who's this?
Ray Matthews?
Yeah?
Just checking, Matthews. That's all. Just checking.
That was all he said. I didn't know what to make of it. I told Barbara it was the wrong number. I didn't want to frighten her. Maybe I should have told her the truth. Because while I was at work the next day, the phone rang again. Barbara answered it.
Hello, Ray?
No, not your husband, Mrs. Matthews.
Who is this?
Just tell him that the party called again. Checking.
He said to tell you that he'd called again, and he hung up.
Then it was the same man who called last night.
You said that was a wrong number last night.
Well, honey, I didn't want to scare you.
Oh, Ray, who is he?
I don't know.
I wonder if he knows we have the diamonds.
No.
It must be that.
Well, it can't be. Nobody knows we have that bag. Nobody living.
I didn't like the way that man's voice sounded.
Well, who liked it? Do you think I did?
Well, you could put a stop to him.
How?
You could put a stop to the whole thing by going to the police.
Well, let me think about it.
There's nothing to think about now. What if the man who called is...
Is who?
The very man you're thinking about. The man who murdered Victor Wrigley.
I'll cut that out. Who said he was murdered? He could have fallen. The paper wasn't sure which...
Ray, don't answer it.
Probably nothing. Hello?
Matthews, if you're thinking of going to the cops, forget it, huh?
What?
It's too late. So hold tight to that bag if you know what's good for you.
Just like the other 2 calls. Short, but not sweet. Now Barbara's argument about going to the police had a brand new shape to it. It was the only sensible thing to do. But the man on the phone probably meant business. And if he did, going to the police, even if I wanted to, would be a very unhealthy idea. I stayed up after Barbara went to bed, trying to figure out the answer. Yeah?
Well, ask me in. Where's your manners, Matthews?
You're the man who called.
Want to talk to you, friend.
Now, look.
Now, let's talk inside, huh? Where it's cozy.
Oh, say...
Close the door, will you? I'm in a draft.
Who is it, Ray?
Just a friend, lady.
Get out of here.
Sit down and shut up, huh?
What do you want? Who are you?
Names aren't important just now. Only yours.
He's the one who's been calling us, Barbara.
What does he want?
Just came to pay a friendly visit. A little talk.
We got nothing to talk about.
Is that so? Well, in my pocket here, I got a snub-nosed 22 that says you'll talk all I want.
Ray?
It's okay, honey. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Your husband's right, Mrs. Matthews. Nothing to be afraid of. If you're smart.
You want the bag? You can have it gladly. I'll get it for you.
You stay right where you are,
but
lady.
But you came for it, didn't you? Well, we don't want to take it. Please, it's yours.
Well, that's real nice of you to be so cooperative. But I don't want the bag.
What?
I want you to keep it. Matter of fact, I insist you keep it.
What's the idea?
If you try to get rid of it, you'll hurt my feelings.
Look, you're not making sense.
To me, I am. You got a bag full of uncut stones, Matthews. A happy little fat man who recently met with a sad accident gave them to you for safekeeping. I was out at the airport when he handed them over.
Don't you want it?
The happy little fat man didn't know that I knew every move he was making up to the time of his unhappy accident. And I'm the only one who knows that you have the bag.
And you don't want it?
I didn't say that exactly.
Yeah, but...
You hang on to it. Let's keep the secret between us, huh?
I don't understand.
I do. Now, Barbara. He just wants us to keep the bag until he feels it's safe for him to take it.
Mrs. Matthews, your husband's got a fine head on his shoulders. And if he wants to keep it there, he won't tell the cops or anyone else about this.
What if I do?
If you do, you'd better not have any plans for your old age. Because I guarantee they'll go to waste.
2 days after that man visited our apartment, I got into a phone booth out here in the airport terminal building to make a very important call. Ray, baby.
Ray, are you all right?
Sure, fine.
Why are you calling this time of the afternoon? You're supposed to be working.
I got Jennings to relieve me for a couple of hours.
Where are you going?
Someplace I should have gone to a long time ago.
To the police?
Mm-hmm, to the police. I took the bag to work with me this morning.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
Didn't want you to worry.
But
now everything's going to be all right. Soon all our troubles are going to be over.
Please be careful.
Sure. But there's nothing to worry about. See you later.
Hello, Matthews.
You.
Keep walking, huh? This is a gun in your ribs.
What's the idea?
I was in the phone booth next to you.
What?
I thought you'd try to pull something like this. Where's the bag, huh? Where is it?
In my locker.
Okay. We'll pick that up first, huh?
Then where are we going?
You'll find out. Okay, driver, keep the change. Get out, Matthews.
What's the idea?
Do as you're told.
Why'd we come back here to my house?
I said you'll find out. Get into the doorway there.
Okay. Now what?
You know, for no reason, you've made it tough on everybody. On you, on me, on everybody.
I couldn't help myself.
You can't now either. Since you decided to get cute with the little bag, you're going to get even cuter.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know who might have seen you with that bag today, but I'm not waiting to find out.
I still don't follow.
You will, Matthews. There's a certain party in Chicago waiting for that bag, and you're going to deliver it to him. You're flying there tonight.
What makes you think I will? Chicago's a long way off. How do you know you can trust me?
I'll be along for the trip.
I may find an out anyway.
Yeah, sure you may. But you won't use it now.
What's so funny?
It won't be to you. Look across the street, Matthews.
Huh?
Look up at your window in the front there. I guess that isn't funny to you, is it, Matthews?
It wasn't funny. It was the most awful thing I ever saw.
She's looking down at you, Matthews.
Barbara, looking down at me with such terrible fear in her eyes. And the man standing next to her at the window, looking down too. The man up there pulled the shade down, and my heart dropped with it.
Now, Matthews, Maybe you can see why there's going to be no trouble with you delivering these diamonds to my friend at the Chicago airport.
In less than half an hour, we were back at the airport. Only this time, I was a passenger. The man whose name I didn't even know was right alongside of me. We were walking out onto the apron to the Chicago plane.
I'll be sitting right behind you on the flight.
You've got nothing to worry about now?
I always worry a little till the deal's completed. This one will be finished when you hand that bag over to my friend at the information desk in the Chicago airport terminal building.
How will I know him?
I'll point him out to you.
Hi, Ray. What do you say, fella?
Who's that?
A pilot. He's an old friend of mine.
Here he comes. Better play it straight, huh?
I don't have a choice.
Hiya, Ray. What's the good word?
Nothing much. Just come in, Carl.
Here. L.A. run.
Oh, this is Mr. Jones, Carl. Mr. Jones, Carl Evans.
Hello, Evans.
Mr. Jones? Say, what are you doing out here on the tarmac, Ray?
Flying to Chicago. My, uncle died.
Oh. Sorry to hear that. Bad luck.
Yeah. Very bad news for me.
The plane will be leaving. We'd better get going, huh?
Yeah, I guess we had. Well, so long, Carl. See you.
Yeah. See you around, Ray.
Was I all right?
Yeah, fine. Just be sure you keep it up, huh?
The flight to Chicago was smooth, except for the way I felt inside. I kept seeing Barbara and that man up in the window. When we got off the plane, we walked into the terminal building towards the information desk. But we never reached it.
I'll take that bag, Bud.
With pleasure.
Hey, wait a minute. What is this?
This, Tremont, is the end of the trip for you.
Huh?
And don't make a bolt for it. You won't get 2 feet.
I thought you were his friend. Who are you?
Lieutenant Wilcox, Chicago Robbery Detail. You're Ray Matthews, right?
Yeah, but...
There's a New York plane at gate 10. Here's your ticket. It takes off in 3 minutes, and get on it fast.
But my wife...
Don't ask questions. Get on that plane before it's too late.
I got on it. All the way back, I kept asking myself the same questions over and over. I could only guess the answers. When I landed back at the airport, Barbara was there to meet me.
Ray!
Oh, Barbara!
Ray!
Oh, baby. Oh, thank heaven you're all right.
It worked, darling. It worked. Right after you spoke to him, Joe called the house. By the way I answered the phone, he knew that something was very wrong. The police came right after.
I was hoping Joe would realize something was up when I called him Carl. And I told him my uncle died. Well, he knows I've got no folks.
Oh, that was smart. I'm proud of you, honey. And you'll be proud of me, too. The police said there was a reward for those diamonds.
There is? Oh, boy, how much?
I didn't ask. I told them we didn't want any part of it.
You
Darling, we opened Pandora's box, but we snapped it shut just in time. Let's keep it that way, huh?
I see what you mean. Yeah. Let's do what you say this time.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air. present great stories from around the globe by some of the world's favorite writers in Springbok Library of the Air.
I am a sincere believer in the cause of medical science, and in the district where I have recently begun to practice, I think that I may claim that I have done more towards the instilling of a proper respect for medical science than most of my professional colleagues. Certainly more than my predecessor, Dr. Parpellet. I well remember our first meeting just 3 short months ago. It was my first visit to the district, one of the most picturesque of France's mountain arrondissements. I had completed the purchase by correspondence of Dr. Parpellet's practice, and I had finally arrived to take it over from him.
Well, the king is dead. Long live the king. Yes, my dear sir, from this moment. And I congratulate you. From this very moment, my practice is yours. If a patient calls before we leave, calls to consult me, my answer will be, no, my good friend, no. Here is your doctor now, Dr. Knock. I won't open my mouth again, professionally, unless you should do me the honor to call me into consultation.
I should be most honored to do so in view of your local experience.
You're very lucky, I might say, in finding a fellow like me ready to tempt fortune once again.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Parpellet always promised himself that when he retired, it should be from a town practice. That's why he brought himself to leave the district at all, when he might have gone on making a fortune here.
Yes, you're in luck, you know. A wonderful practice, this. A settled connection. All to yourself.
Not another doctor near.
A chemist who sticks to his job.
And a town you can't spend money in if you try.
No costly amusement.
Why, in 6 months' time, you'll have saved what the practice has cost you twice over.
The air here is very bracing. You can feel it. If you're a weakly child, you die in the first 6 months, before the doctor has time to do much for you. If you survive the first 6 months, well, you take a lot of killing. Apoplexies, bad hearts, oh, yes. People who are certain there's nothing the matter with them just fall down dead when they're 50.
But you've not made your fortune by writing death certificates.
No, of course not. Well, there's always influenza. Not the common influenza, of course. They rather like a touch of that now and again. They think a good septic cold once a year keeps them from catching all sorts of other things. No, I mean the big worldwide epidemics.
But if I have to wait for a worldwide epidemic...
I've seen 2. One in 1889 and the last one in 1918.
You did fairly well out of them?
Oh, yes. Michaelmas 1919. The books look very well indeed.
Michaelmas 1919?
Yes, you see, the people here only pay their bills every Michaelmas, every 29th of September.
And today is October the 3rd. What a good time to choose for parting with one's practice. But if they come to your dispensary, of course, they pay on the nail.
No, at Michaelmas. That's the custom.
But if they only come once, you're never going to see them again.
They pay at Michaelmas.
Most of them, of course, only do come once.
Really? Well, what about the regular patients?
Regular patients?
Well, the ones that you see 2 or 3 times a week, or, well, at least 2 or 3 times a month.
My dear, do you hear that? Patients who come calling like the butcher and the baker. My dear Dr. Knock, when you've had a little more experience...
No, believe me, you'll find this the very best type of practice. It leaves you so free.
Evidently. I should have brought my fishing rod. Well, the situation is now crystal clear. My dear Dr. Parpellet, you have sold me for some 400,000 francs, which I still owe you, a practice which is worth about 40.
Oh, my dear.
No, don't apologize. I'm not grumbling.
But haven't you any money of your own?
Not a penny. I live on what I earn. The sooner I get started, the better. As a matter of fact, I have a few ideas about improving this practice. There are just a few details you might help me with now. Now then, has Saint-Maurice got a town crier?
Yes, he cries for lost dogs and sales of old furniture.
Good. Now then, what's the population?
3,500, perhaps. 6,000 if you count the 2 villages beyond. Twice that in the whole district.
Poor people mostly?
Not all of them. Some of them are quite well off, but stingy.
Are the women religious? No, please, this is a very important point.
They go to church.
But do they think about God a lot?
Oh, dear me, no.
Good. Now, how about vice, drug-taking, blasphemy, political aberration?
I fail to see. Drug-taking? No, hardly any. Politics? The usual thing.
Much adultery? Would you say that conjugal infidelity was more epidemic or endemic? And in which category does it prevail?
You really do ask the most amazing question. There's no more here than elsewhere.
Bless. What chance have they? The way people spy on you.
Good. Now, you've nothing else to tell me? No queer religions, superstitions, orders of druids and things like that? No old herb women? No white witches?
Oh, nothing like that.
Good. Then the reign of medical science can begin. I am strongly convinced that Saint-Maurice offers more opportunities than you think. You, sir, should be leaving here with your pockets full of gold, and you, madam, with 3 rows of pearls round your neck. in an expensive limousine.
Well, we shall see. I shall be back in 3 months for my first installment.
Obviously, there was no time to be lost. And before any results could be expected, there were 1 or 2 alliances to be formed. I began to make them forthwith. So you are the town crier?
Yes, Mr. Knock.
Dr. Knock. When I speak to you, please answer yes, doctor, or no, doctor. And when you talk of me, say the doctor did this, or the doctor said so-and-so, the thing I'm most particular about.
Yes, doctor.
Now then, what did you make of my predecessor here, Dr. Parpillay?
Not much, I didn't. Some did. But you'd come here to see him, and 9 times out of 10, he'd say, be off with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You'll be all right tomorrow, he'd say.
Really?
Yeah. Or he'd tell you to take some tuppenny remedy, drink a glass of hot water first thing in the morning, or a cup of chamomile tea when you went to bed. Now, when a man pays 8 francs for his doctor, he does like his physic to cost something.
Well, naturally. I'm sorry to hear that. What did you charge Dr. Parpillay when he employed you professionally?
We never did. Not in 30 years.
Well, things are going to be different now. Are you free this morning? Good. Now then, this is what I want you to cry for me. Can you read my writing? It says, Dr. Knock, who has taken over Dr. Parpillay's practice, presents his compliments to the inhabitants of St. Maurice, and begs to inform them that in the public interest, and with the hope of checking the alarming increase of those diseases which are now spreading through this once healthy district, he will give from 9:30 to 11 every Monday morning free consultation and advice. To strangers, the cost will be 8 francs, as usual.
Oh, that's a great scheme. They'll think a lot of that. In the public interest. Yeah, and today's Monday, and it's market day. There's a lot of country folk coming to town. Why, when they've heard me cry that, you won't have room for 'em all.
I'll manage. The public health must be safeguarded. Nothing is more important. I can see that you're a man of sense and public spirit yourself. I rely on you. While you're here, perhaps I'd better have a look at you, too. Now then, there is something, isn't there?
When I've had my dinner, I sometimes get a sort of a feeling. Sort of here.
Show me the exact spot. There? Or there? Quite so, between the two. Where my finger is now? Hurts you when I press it? So?
Yes, it sort of hurts.
Ah. Do you feel it more than usual after you've been eating venison? You do, don't you?
I don't eat venison, but if I did, I believe I would.
Ah, now we're getting at it. That's most important. How old are you?
51. 52 next year.
52 next year. Well, my friend. Well. You can work today as usual. That won't hurt you. But go to bed early. Tomorrow, stop in bed. I'll come and see you. I shan't charge you anything, but don't go telling people that, mind.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you. But is it something serious?
No. We won't call it serious yet. We're taking it in time. Just in time. As you'll be working today, you can take a little soup. Tomorrow, we'll see what we can really cut you off. Till then, good luck. But, my dear sir, as schoolmaster of this town, you really ought to face up to your responsibilities, teaching people here the laws of health, setting up the right standards of household hygiene, of good heavens, the 101 things a doctor and a schoolmaster can only do if they do them together.
But Dr. Parpillay never told me, Dr. Knock, never once suggested...
Good heavens, to think of these wretched people left to their own devices, hygienically, prophylactically.
Oh, they certainly are.
I'll wager they drink the water here and never give a thought to the billions of bacteria in every mouthful.
No, I'm sure they don't.
Do you suppose they even know what a microbe is?
I doubt it. Some of them may have heard the word, but I expect they think it's a sort of fly.
Terrible. Well, my dear Monsieur Bernard, it'll naturally take a little time now to destroy this fool's paradise, but we must do our best, you and I. We must do our best.
Oh, I'm quite willing. I only fear I shan't be of much help.
Monsieur Bernard, somebody who knows you very well tells me that you have one serious fault. You are too modest.
Oh, Doctor, no.
This is no time for modesty. A man of your talents, outstanding, I'm told, cannot evade his responsibilities any longer. Lectures, Monsieur Bernard, classes in hygiene, an intensive course in elementary hygiene. The public health demands it of you. Can you stand there and watch people die? Monsieur Mousquet, pray sit down.
Thank you.
You're the town chemist, a position of unusual trust. I found time yesterday to give one glance round your establishment.
Oh.
One glance showed me how excellently it was equipped and how admirably you manage it.
Oh, Doctor, you're too kind.
No. A physician, these things concern me very closely. A doctor who hasn't got a first-class pharmaceutical chemist to depend on is like a general fighting a battle without guns.
I'm glad you give my profession its due.
Still, such a high standard of service as you provide, of course, brings its own reward as well. You can't make less than £1 million a year.
A profit? My dear doctor, I wish I made half that.
But that's absolute nonsense. You've no competitors?
Oh, no, not one for 10 miles or more.
It's almost unbelievable. Was my predecessor not quite up to his work? Between ourselves?
Oh, Dr. Parpellet was a most worthy man. We couldn't have got on better, but...
But if you bound up his prescriptions at the year's end, they wouldn't have made a very big book, I suppose.
You've hit it.
And yet, as you know yourself, every single soul in Saint Maurice is ipso facto a potential patient.
Of course, they have to fall ill first.
Fall ill? That is a phrase, Monsieur Mousquet, that modern science has rendered meaningless.
Oh?
Health is a mere word. I only see around me people suffering more or less acutely from diseases more or less serious, which more or less rapidly get the better of them. Oh, of course, if you go on telling them that they're quite well, they're glad enough to believe you. But your only excuse for doing so would be if you had so many patients on your hand already, you couldn't attend to any more.
That sounds a very interesting theory.
It's simply the modern scientific view of the matter. Think it over. We compel every citizen to defend his country. On the very same principle, we should force him, whether he likes it or not, to fight against disease.
Quite.
My dear Monsieur Mousquet, our calling, yours and mine, ranks second to none in the world. How shameful that it should sink bit by bit from the high place of prosperity and influence to which our predecessors, the best of them, have raised it. Would not that be a sort of treason? It was a matter of some pride to me, the way in which I was able to extend my practice those first 2 months, and I can quite truthfully say that the number of patients who placed themselves in my hand was the clearest possible proof of their implicit belief in the efficacy of medical science.
Yes, we come from the big farm on the road to Lucia, me and my husband.
A farm like that now must mean a lot of work.
Oh, it does. 18 cows, the bull, the fat stock. There's a mare in foal. We've got goats and pigs and the poultry.
And no one to help you?
Oh, why, of course. 3 men and a girl in the house and more for the hay and the harvest.
So many? But it doesn't leave you much time to look after yourself. And you feel ill.
No, not ill exactly, but I get blown.
Blown? Oh, yes, of course, blown. Show me your tongue. Oh, dear. Not much appetite?
No, not really.
Bend over, will you please? Breathe. Breathe. Cough. Cough again. Did you ever fall off a ladder when you were young?
I don't remember.
Ever feel a pain here at night when you're getting into bed? A sort of cramp?
Yes, sometimes.
Of course, you realize what's wrong with you.
No.
That's just as well, perhaps. Now, you want to be cured, or you don't want to be cured?
Oh, but I do.
Let me warn you at once, this will be a very long and a very costly business.
Oh, my gracious. Why will it?
Because a trouble that's been going on for 40 years can't be cured in 5 minutes.
40 years?
Ever since you fell off that ladder.
Oh.
It must have been quite a big ladder, placed against a wall. And you fell backwards. Plump. That's where it caught you. On the left one, luckily.
But what's it going to cost me?
What's a yearling calf worth now, and a pig for killing? 2 of them.
300,000 francs. Oh, what a thing to happen to me.
Would you sooner try Lourdes? I say nothing against it.
That costs a lot, too, and it's never sure. How can I have got all that the matter with me?
I can show you in a moment on the blackboard. Now then, here's your spinal column in sections, very roughly, of course. This is your Turk's facellum, and this is your clock's column. Can you follow me? Now then, when you fell off that ladder, your Turk and your clock slipped, side-slipped, like that. Oh, only the 50th of an inch. Not much, is it? No, you're quite right. But look at them. What a position. The result is a constant and severe strain upon the multipolaries.
Oh, think of that now. Oh, just think of that.
Oh, don't imagine that you're going to die of it today or tomorrow. No, no, we can take our time.
Yes, Doctor, you may well be surprised to see me.
A little surprised.
Oh, when a Madame Pont, that is a Mademoiselle L'Empouma that was, comes with all the rest of free treatment, it is rather astonishing, isn't it?
But the greater the compliment, madam, and I am conscious of it.
Our family, of course, goes back to the 13th century, but I won't pretend that my income's what it was. Only last year I had to sell a 300-acre estate of ours, La Michoui. I still wonder whether I did right.
It depends what you invested the money in, madam.
I bought oil shares, Doctor. What do you think of oil?
One of the most useful of minerals. As an investment, speculative rather, apt to rise a little and then fall a lot, for no very apparent reason.
Oh, you make me go cold all over. Oh, you don't know what the worry the managing of a few little pennies is to me. But you're wondering perhaps what I've come for, lining up with all my tenants for a free visit.
Whatever your reasons, madam, I know they were good ones.
It's just that I've heard such good reports of the perfectly splendid work you've been doing since you came into the district. And I thought to myself, I know what the people round here are. There'll none of them go near him, and that's all the thanks he'll get. But then I said to myself, if they see that a Madame Pont, a Mademoiselle L'Empouma that was, is not ashamed to pay a free visit to the doctor, why, neither will they be. The least thing I do is remarked upon quite naturally.
A most praiseworthy step to take, madam, and I thank you for it.
While I'm here, there is one little thing. What with my tenants and my investments, I worry so much. There are whole nights, I do assure you, when I simply can't sleep. It's most exhausting. I suppose you don't know a cure for sleeplessness.
Have you suffered from insomnia long? Did you ever consult Dr. Parpillay about it?
Oh, Dr. Parpillay. He told me to buy a volume of law reports and read 6 pages every night in bed.
He may have been wrong. I have known cases of insomnia which proved to be of the very gravest import.
Really?
Insomnia, for instance, which was due to some organic disease of the intracerebral circulation. That change in the arterial walls, which we call atheroma.
Oh.
Your cerebral arteries, madam, that is, the arteries that feed the brain, it is possible, may be as hard and as brittle as pipe stems.
Pipe stems.
A common comparison.
Oh, good heavens. Would smoking bring that on? I do smoke a little, you know.
We may have to take that into account. Then again, insomnia may come from a constant sapping of the grey matter of the brain by nerves which are diseased.
Oh, how dreadful. Oh, can you explain that, Doctor?
But of course. Try and picture to yourself a sort of crab, or a kind of octopus, or a very large spider which nibbles at you and sucks at you and little by little drains away the whole of the inside of your head.
How terrible. Oh, that's what's the matter. Oh, I knew it. Oh, Doctor, I'd rather die at once. Oh, I'd rather you killed me. Oh, I'm going to faint. The pain's coming on. Oh, hadn't you better give me a little morphia? I can't face it. I simply can't face it. I'd sooner be told straight out. I must know. Is it absolutely fatal?
No.
Can it be cured?
In time.
You're not deceiving me. I'd rather know the worst. I'll be brave.
If you're ready to go through with the treatment, madam, steadily and patiently, but I warn you, it's going to cost a lot of money.
Oh, anything. If only you will try to cure me.
Madam, I promise you, rushed off my feet as I am, I will try. Yes, it was hard work those first 3 months. Almost more patients than I could cope with. Patients coming in to consult me from miles around. The Hotel Saint-Maurice could scarcely find room to accommodate them until I had time to see them. It was converted, at my suggestion, into a sort of sanatorium where I could give them proper attention in the privacy of their own rooms. Madame Remy, the manageress, was hard put to it, poor soul. She had to take on a vastly increased staff to attend to them properly. Indeed, when Dr. Parpillay returned to the town at the end of the first 3 months to claim his first quarterly payment of me, he could scarcely find accommodation.
Good morning, sir. Can I do anything for you?
Thank you, nurse. I want Madame Remy. This is still the Saint Maurice Hotel?
Yes, but may I ask what you want to see Madame Remy for?
I want her to show me to my room.
You're one of the patients that are expected.
Patients? No, I'm not a patient. I'm a doctor.
Oh?
I was the doctor here up to 3 months ago. Oh, you don't belong here.
Well, certainly I belong here. But I never heard of any doctor but Dr. Knock. If you'd excuse me, Madame Remy will come in a moment, I'm sure. I must finish sterilizing my pillowcases. Oh, here she is. Someone to see you, madam.
Why, Dr. Parpillay, you've not come to stay with me.
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. How are things at the hotel?
Things are quite well, thank you. I've no rooms free.
It's not the fair today. Why are you so full? Who are all these people?
Patients taking treatment.
But what do they stop here for?
There's nowhere else to stop. But I'm sure they've nothing to complain of, though it'll be much better when the new wing's built. But they're very well looked after. And as to the hygiene, oh, very, very strict.
But I don't understand. Where do they all come from?
All over the place. Everyone's heard of Dr. Knock, and they all want to consult him. Huh? They don't always know what's wrong with them, but they all know there's something. And it's lucky for them Dr. Knock's here to advise them.
Oh? Why?
The way they were going on and never giving a thought to it, eating things and drinking things and doing everything they shouldn't.
Dr. Knock here yet? Why, Dr. Parpillay. I thought it was a ghost. Well, you are a stranger. How long is it since you left?
3 months, that's all, Monsieur Mousquet. Madame Mousquet is well, I hope?
Oh, much better.
Why? Was something the matter with her?
You don't remember? Oh, no, of course you wouldn't. The headache she was always complaining of, well, she doesn't get them any longer. One now and again, of course, from overwork. Oh, things are terribly busy at the shop these days. Just can't keep pace with the prescriptions. As for poor Dr. Knock, still, as she says, it does you good to know you're benefiting your fellow creatures. Here he is. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Mousquet. Why, Dr. Parpillay, I was just thinking about you. Have you had a good journey? We've got some business together, haven't we? That first installment.
Oh, you'd like to be alone, gentlemen. I'll be in number 15.
You know, Dr. Knock, I'm frankly amazed, quite amazed.
You are, eh? I keep very careful records. Shall I show you one or two of them, just for your own eye? You won't have forgotten our talk of 3 months ago, eh? Now then, first, patient seen. Curve showing weekly totals, leaving out those that I see free on Mondays. Mid-October, 37. End of October, 90. End of November, 128. End of December, well, that's not added up yet, but it'll be over 150. Now then, here's regular treatments. End of November, 121. End of December, that'll be about 250.
You're making fun of me.
But what is there extraordinary in that? We have 2,853 households in the district, and there are 1,502 incomes of over 12,000 francs.
But how do you know that?
Never mind, that took some doing. I spent all October on it.
I see.
Here in this town live some hundreds of people, a featureless, meaningless mass of humanity. What is my task? To rescue and resolve each one of them into a scientific individuality, into a medical existence of his own. I put a man to bed. I watch. I wait. Something will come of it.
You can't put a whole town to bed.
Why not? That remains to be seen. I believe I'm the only man among you that would put a whole town to bed and keep it in bed until I found out what was really the matter with it. Look at this valley below us. Do you see? The first time I stood at this window looking out, the morning after I came here, I wasn't overconfident, I can tell you. It didn't seem to make much odds whether I stood here or not. The whole place turned its back on me. But now, like an organist at his keyboard, I pull a stop, I touch a note, and from far off, the sounds respond. In 250 of those houses, we can't see them all for the distance of the trees, there are 250 rooms, and in each one of them at this very moment, somebody is testifying to the might of medical science. Upon 250 beds, those prostrate forms bear witness to life's meaning, and through me are made one with the great cause I serve.
My dear friend, my colleague, I have something to suggest to you.
What?
A little country town's no use to a man like you. You need a city to work in. Let me hand over to you my practice in Lyon, my new one, and let me come back to practice here.
No. I hardly think that would be a good idea, or acceptable to Saint Maurice. To Madame Remy at this hotel, for instance, or to Monsieur Mousquet, the chemist, for instance. No, I hardly think this is the place for you now. Stay for a day or two, by all means. I really think you ought to take a day or two's rest.
You're not serious, are you? The way you said that, if I didn't know the ropes myself, your manner, the way you look at me, as if you saw right inside one. Oh, very well done indeed.
It is interesting, for really, you know, I do it quite unconsciously. The moment I set eyes on a man, I begin to diagnose his case, whether I mean to or not.
Forgive me, I don't want to make too much of it, but I've a reason for asking. When you say that I need a day or two's rest, were you in fun or were you... because it does fit in with something that's been a little on my mind lately. I've been noticing one or two trifling things about myself, which have, well, I won't say worried me, but... so that just for the interest of it, I'd like to know whether my own observations fit in, so to speak, with this automatic diagnosis of yours.
My dear sir, for the moment, we will let that be. I must begin my rounds, but you'll lunch with me, please. And as to the state of your health and whatever may need to be done about it, we can go into that in my consulting room this afternoon at our leisure.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air. We present great stories from around the globe by some of the world's favorite writers in Springbok Library of the Air.
I think at 1300 hours we'll surface and take some gunnery practice, Banks.
Very good, sir.
Small arms and automatic weapons.
Yes, sir. I'll take charge of the party.
Excuse me, sir. A signal from the Admiralty.
Oh, thank you. Another literary abortion, no doubt. Well, Lieutenant, you can belay the gunnery practice. We're going into the Baltic to take up routine patrol duties. Our limits are set out here. It keeps us well clear of Soviet waters.
An unusual patrol area for a nuclear submarine, isn't it, sir? I mean, we'll be going back and forth like a goldfish in a bowl.
That's right, Banks. It'll keep us on our toes and relieve some of the boredom.
The Russian naval base at Kronstadt will be on to us in no time. They'll track us every inch of the way in from the Kattegat.
Oh, don't worry, my dear fellow. It'll be a perfectly innocent patrol. Well, almost.
Almost, sir?
Oh, just a small point here. All missiles to be armed and kept on standby.
But why, sir?
How as not to reason why, my boy? Their lordships sometimes know what they're doing.
Few things ever affected Lieutenant Commander Hawkins's demeanor, and this signal from the Admiralty wasn't one of them. To him, everything was routine. Even had he been ordered to fire the missiles, that too would have been a routine order. He was that kind of fellow. The reason for our being sent to the Baltic with fully armed nuclear warheads never became clear, not even today. We were able, naturally, to receive BBC broadcasts, but there was nothing in the news bulletins that gave us any indication. Oh, there were the usual east-west quarrels and saber-rattling, but no more intensive than we've all long grown accustomed to. So there we were, sometimes only 50 miles from the eastern Baltic coastline of Russia, with a battery of nuclear missiles which could strike deep into the heart of the country. From that direction could come trouble, if there was going to be trouble. Or so Commander Hawkins and I thought. However, it was to come from an entirely different direction. Closer to home. Much closer to home.
Fed up I am. Really cheesed.
Well, you ain't the only one, Jeff. We're all cheesed off. Up and down, up and down. Not even a smell of the surface and a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, but the chief petty officer was telling me we could stay under doing this for a year.
I'd bloody well die. 19 dives and I feel like I've been bottled.
Talking about the CPO, he still wants to know if you're in on it.
Damn sure I'm in on it. Anything to get out of this tin can.
Well, I reckon it's worth the gamble. We could end up in South America with £1 million each for spending money. I mean, maybe more even, eh?
It's never been done before, Jeff. That's what bothers me. All sorts of things could go wrong.
And because it's never been done before, it's vital work. They won't know what to do to stop us. I tell you, Mike, it'll be easier than feeding ruddy pigeons in Trafalgar Square.
Anyway, you and him have been talking about this for days. You know when it's going to happen.
And I'll tell you, anytime. He's just asked me to sound you out. You know, just to make sure.
Me? And who else?
Well, it doesn't matter now if you know, I suppose. Collins and Wilson.
Oh, Redding. I was wondering where you got to. How's it going?
Okay, Earnshaw's the last.
But not the least. Good. You know what you have to do, Earnshaw?
I've been over it so many times in my mind I could do it in me sleep, Chief.
Good. Because we'll go at 0700 in the morning. Right, set your watch. We don't want no slip-ups, eh?
I was on duty when Billings and his merry men struck. I was just making a course correction before being relieved for breakfast. Steer 124.
Steering 124, sir.
Very good. Steady as she goes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what is it, Redding?
This gun's loaded, sir.
What?
So don't make too much noise. I've got orders to shoot you if you do.
Well, what's all this nonsense, Redding? Put that gun down and stop larking about. Where did you get it from, anyway? You're not supposed to be armed. Did you bring it on board with you? That's a serious offense and could lead to a
Look,
court...
will you shut up and let me do the talking? I'm dead serious. I don't want to have to shoot you, but I will, see?
Do you realize what you're saying, man?
It's a kind of mutiny, I suppose you could call it. But if you do as you're told, you won't get damaged. If you hang on a bit, CPO Billings is making an announcement to all hands. He'll tell you proper what it's all about. Okay?
Good heavens. The commander will throw a...
Well, the chief's just giving him a call.
Morning, Commander. Come on, rise and shine. It's just on 7. Come on, I know you had a late night and all that, but things is happening.
What is it, Billings?
Well, I think it's only fair to keep you abreast of events. You see that pipe? Put your hands on it.
What are you talking about, man? Where's my steward?
Oh, dear, I was hoping I wasn't going to have to do this.
A gun? Oh, really, Billings?
Put your hands on the pipe, like I said, and I'll shoot you if I got to.
What are you playing at, Billings? Shoot me? Now, why on earth would you want to shoot me? Don't be ridiculous. Put that gun away and leave me to get dressed. You shouldn't be in possession of a weapon. You can explain that later. Oh, I don't know. What a way to wake up a chap.
Sit down and listen to me. We've taken over the sub, you see, and you're a ruddy prisoner, so you better behave. Right, come on, hands on the pipe and make it snappy.
Mutiny?
That's the word for it.
Good heavens, Billings. Surely you're not going to handcuff me to this pipe?
That's right, Commander. A bit undignified, I know, but I can't take chances.
Who is in charge of this absurd plot?
I am. And there's nothing absurd about it, as you'll find out later. Right, now that you're safely out of the way for a while, I shall go and address all hands. I'll be back after I had a bite to eat.
Well, I'm dashed. How extraordinary.
None of you will come to grief if you just do what you're told. Carry out your duties as normal, but remember, you're being watched all the time. Your own lives, the lives of the officers are in your hands, and we'll have no mercy with anybody who gets out alive. That's all for now. I'll keep you posted from time to time.
Mad. You can't get away with a crazy thing like this.
Well, we have. Getting control of the sub was the hardest part, and we've done it.
Very well. I'll grant you that. But what is all this leading up to? I mean, what purpose does it serve?
Now, well, here's the chief. He'll answer that for you. Hey, Chief, he wants to know what we're up to.
Yeah, well, we know soon enough. Look, Lieutenant, you're going to have to do a spot of navigating for us.
Over my dead body.
It will be if you don't watch your mouth. I've just been having a glance at the chart, and the way we're heading now, you'll have us bouncing off the coast of Finland by tonight. So if you don't change course, that could be very nasty for us all, couldn't it? See what I mean?
I refuse to cooperate.
It ain't cooperating. It's called using your loaf. Now, look, are you married?
Yes. Not that it concerns you.
Kids?
2, but...
What good's it to them then being fatherless and your poor missus being a widow? All for nothing. Is it worth it, Banks?
Well, of course, I shall have to change course eventually.
So why not change it to the way I want to go now and be done with it?
Where do you want to go, Billings?
Kronstadt.
This gets more absurd by the minute, Billings. Why do you want to go to Kronstadt?
Money. Lots of money.
I don't see the connection.
You don't? Well, we're going to sell the old boat to the Ruskies. They'll pay a packet to have a fully armed British nuclear submarine to study.
Ah, so that's it.
That's right. We'll make a deal with them.
How?
By radio, of course.
And do you think they'll take you seriously? If you ask me, you'll get a lot of depth charges instead of lollies.
I ain't asking you, Commander. I know what I'm doing.
Do you? I think you're playing with fire. And if I were you, I'd forget this whole silly business and throw yourself on their lordship's mercy. You haven't done any real harm yet.
Lieutenant Banks says we'll be off the island of Kronstadt in 2 hours' time. And then you'll see how silly this is.
Yes, Billings, we will indeed. In fact, the Soviets will have us pinpointed long before we reach Kronstadt, if they haven't done so already.
No, not yet. Anyway, I'll be calling them up on the radio soon. And then, when we're expected, we can service and stand by for an escort into harbour.
You've been reading too many fairy tales, Billings. What makes you think the Russians will pay you a single ruble?
This tub's worth millions and millions.
They'll make you a hero of the revolution and present you with a prefab in northern Siberia.
No, they won't. You'll see. I've worked all this out carefully these last few days.
Have you realized that you and your accomplices are being traitors?
Stick all the labels you like on me. I don't care. It's what's in the bank book that counts, matey.
Nobody likes a traitor.
Don't make me laugh. Well, am I being a traitor too, eh? Come on, tell me that. Ever since I was a kid, there's been a cold war with all the politicians nattering and calling each other names. Little wars they break out in odd places around the world, just so that our side and their side can show off a bit. It's all a load of codswallop, if you ask me. Don't scare me no more. All I want is a few bob so that I can spend the rest of me natural having a ball down South America way.
Or northern Siberia, my dear chap.
Hello? This is HMS Seascape calling Kronstadt Naval Base. Over. HMS Seascape calling Kronstadt. Do you read me? Over.
No answer, Chief.
No, not a flaming sausage. I think they must be deaf.
Or suspicious. Can't you try another frequency?
I've tried every damn frequency on the dial. And there's nothing in the book which gives Kronstadt's call signal.
Well, maybe they're just checking us out before the answer. I mean, they must know we're operating in this area.
Well, it's taking them one hell of a long time. I've been calling them up over half an hour. Anyway, we can't be sure they know we're in the area. But if they do, they won't know we're a nuclear sub, will they?
Well, they will now you've told them over the radio.
Yeah, if the blighters are listening.
You know, I've been thinking, Chief. I mean, why sell the sub to the Ruskies? I mean, we could sell it back to the Admiralty instead.
What a ruddy, stupid idea.
This fish must be worth 200 million. At least that's what it costs to build. Now, if we go softly to their lordships and point out that we're now in charge, well, they might make a deal.
Well, I prefer the Ruskies. They need this sub more than their bleeding lordships. They'll give us a better reception anyway.
I wonder.
Something approaching. Surface craft.
Good. What's the distance?
4 miles. Approaching fast.
How big?
Well, difficult to say. It could be a coastal patrol boat.
Reading.
Yes, Chief?
Go and bring the commander from his cabin. Handcuff his hands behind him. You, stand by the surface.
Billings, have you taken leave of your senses?
You'll lose yours if I give you a boat with this gun. And just remember who's in charge now. Don't be so cheeky.
See more surface craft approaching.
Now, could be a fishing fleet.
Too fast. They go like the clappers. First one will be overhead in a few ticks.
Hey, Earnshaw, go and see if Collins is still trying to make radio contact. He should be getting something by now. Well, Lieutenant, why shouldn't we surface?
You'll be throwing all your aces out of the pack.
Elaborate, will you?
On the surface, we're almost helpless against heavily armed surface vessels. If those boats up there are jet-powered MTBs, you'll stand no chance. If they capture us, what kind of a deal will you make then?
Yeah, you got a good point there. I never thought of that.
There's a lot of things you never thought about, Billings.
Overhead now, circling.
I suggest we go down to 20 fathoms.
Never mind what you think. I'll give the orders.
Collins says he's getting nothing but a lot of silence, Chief. He don't want to know us.
There you go! Watch it! Now that stupid clock's to depth charging us!
I must say, Billings, you've got us all in a right old stew. Once your friends up there have got a definite fix on us, we'll be blown to smithereens.
They're no friends of mine.
Trading partners, then.
What are we going to do? You're the expert, sir. I mean, matey.
We can go either up or down, ahead or astern. Take your choice. Free my hands and I'll tell you what I'd do.
Not blooming likely. And you're going to tell me anyway. The 75 men are going to die in this sub, yourself along with them. And you won't let that happen, now will you?
We can discuss that later. First of all, I suggest we dive to, what's the bottom here?
70 fathoms, sir.
Right. We'll go to the bottom.
And then?
Switch off everything and maintain absolute silence.
Okay. We'll do that. You hear that, fellas?
One other point, Billings. We must go down gently, with dignity. A flurry might be detected from above.
Yeah, we'll do that. Mr. Banks, will you give the orders? Do it just like the Lieutenant Commander says.
They've stopped depth charging us.
Maybe they're giving up.
Or preparing something else.
Like what?
Oh, they must know we're still down here. It's possible they might use divers or underwater TV monitors to pinpoint us.
They do that. And then what?
We'll go out in a blaze of glory, thanks to the mines they'll attach to our hull.
You mean we trapped like worms in a tin can?
We are a bit deep, I'll admit. But you and your cronies could use the escape gear. I'm sure your pals up top will give you a tremendous welcome.
You're trying to be funny, aren't you? Well, I'm not laughing. Look, there must be something we can do.
Well, we're too deep now to send messages, so I can't really help you. Especially with my hands fastened behind my back.
I know what we can do. Why didn't I think of it before? The missiles.
Mustn't play around with the missiles, Billings.
Why not? I'll call them damn Russians up on the RT and warn them that if they don't pull back and leave us alone, we'll fire our missiles bang slap in the middle of their flaming country. That'll put a win up them.
An idiot, even a desperate idiot like you, would know that such an action could trigger off a third world war. When we surfaced, all we'd be greeted by is a lot of smoke and radiation.
Okay. We'd only be bluffing them. I wouldn't really fire the missiles.
If I know the Russians, they'll know you're bluffing, and will be quite prepared to call it. And what then?
A depth charge. They must have a fix on us now.
Billings! Don't go running off like that. I've not finished.
What's going on? Yeah, all right, what is it?
There's another reason why the Russians will ignore your threat. They know we're too deep to fire our missile.
How do they know we don't have a new type?
Oh, a silly question, old chap. They know everything we have, just like we know everything they have. What do you think we have spies for?
Those DCs are exploding only 5 fathoms above our level. One more notch on the pressure fuses and they've got us cold.
You'd better tell Billings, Lieutenant. He thinks he's the commander.
You're trying to be funny again.
Not at all. Are you in command, or are you not?
Well, yes. Yes, I am.
There you are, Billings. Report to him, Banks. I've resigned myself to a watery grave.
I was saying...
All right. I heard the first time.
I wouldn't like to be in your shoes very soon.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, the crew will get you soon, Billings. They're beginning to get desperate. And desperate men do desperate things. You've only got 4 men to guard the entire vessel. Very dicey, Billings. Very dicey indeed.
Shut up, will you? They can hear what you're saying.
Oh, don't be childish and naive, Billings. Right at this moment, each of 65 men is trying to plan a way to disarm your men. And most of all, what they're going to do with you.
Yeah, all right, I said shut up, will you?
They'll probably stuff you into a torpedo tube and fire you to the surface. Do you know what that means, eh? It means the bends. Your blood will boil and bubble in your veins. You'll suffer the torment of hell before you die.
No, they wouldn't do that to me.
Shall we wait and see, eh?
Hey, Chief. There's still no reply from above, but Collins is still trying.
Yeah, all right. Tell him to keep at it.
I don't like it, Chief. Any minute from now, one of them bang barrels is going to hit us.
Get back to your post, Earnshaw.
Okay. Don't get excited. It's just that I'm beginning to wonder what I've stuck my neck into. According to you, we were going to be welcomed with a ruddy military parade and showered with gold medals, not bleeding depth charges. Something's gone wrong, ain't it? Like the Russians don't want to know us.
Shut up, Earnshaw, and get back to your post.
It's the right idea to do, if you ask me.
Well. A rift in the enemy camp, I see, eh?
Yeah, well, you didn't see nothing. It was just edgy. That's what the matter with them. Are you convinced that we've all had it, eh?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Billings. Only while you're in command.
You mean we can still get out of this with our necks?
We can but try.
All right, then, well, come on. What's the next move?
Don't you know? Why, it's easy. All you do is unfasten my handcuffs, hand me your gun, and tell your other men to do likewise.
Oh, no, not on your Nelly. Their lordships will roast me alive or tangle me from a handy yardarm or something. No, I ain't back to that yet.
Better than a depth charge or being propelled through a torpedo tube, isn't it? Those are the only alternatives. Besides, I don't think their lordships will be too hard on you. It isn't as if you shot or hurt anybody, and you haven't attempted to take on the Russian Navy. All in all, they may be lenient, and I'll do what I can.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You haven't got long to make up your mind, old chap. We're going to be fish food any moment now.
Oh, what the hell? All right. Here's me gun. You take it, Mr. Banks. I'll unfasten your handcuffs. Sir.
Ah, your sudden respectful manner is most welcome, Billings. Mr. Banks?
Yes, sir.
Hand me that weapon. I shall take CBO Billings to help me collect his co-conspirators. Take the vessel up 15 fathoms and steer a course 176 at full speed, of course.
Just like that, sir?
Just like that, Mr. Banks.
I looked incredulously at Lieutenant Commander Hawkins. For us to do as he ordered seemed like an act of suicidal bravado. Still, I had no alternative. I simply had to obey. We rose 150 feet from the bottom, and I put the engine to full ahead. The sound and shock waves from the depth charges were still felt. And yet, miraculously, none came close to us. Within 30 minutes, we were well cleared of Soviet-controlled waters and almost back on station. The 5 sad mutineers was safely locked up, and Lieutenant Commander Hawkins invited me to his cabin for a briefing.
Well, Banks, have you had a damage report yet?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have. And fortunately, there's no serious damage.
Ah.
But do tell me, sir, is there something that you know that I don't?
Oh, plenty, I'd say.
What I meant was about what happened. The way we upped and left, just as though we were on a training exercise.
Ah, that. Yes, it was rather like a training exercise, only with the, with the other side providing the bangs.
Yes, but I'm still in the dark, sir.
Well, look at it like this, Banks. You're a Russian, and just off your coast there's a nuclear submarine that shouldn't have been there. Perhaps it strayed there, or perhaps it's on a spying mission. Whatever the reason, you are not going to destroy it, are you? Not when you know its nuclear missiles are armed and ready for firing. What you would do is to scare it off. Zoom around and make a lot of noise. You pinpoint it and depth charge all around, but not quite close enough to cause any serious damage. And all the time, you're hoping you'll beat a hasty retreat. Which we did, much to the Russians' relief and our own.
So we were never in any real danger?
Oh, only from Billings and his fellow conspirators. As I said, it was little more than a training exercise.
Listen again next week for another unforgettable story from our Springbok Library of the Air.